Welcome to Half Mile Stadium here in Accident, Maryland. We're in Garrett County tonight in the Old Line State where the Uniontown Red Raiders will battle the Northern Huskies. This is the first ever meeting between these two programs, and it's one that we're very excited about. Thank you for joining us tonight on the WMBS live stream. Joshua Scully here with you at Northern High School alongside Bill Dice. And Bill, you and I talked pregame about Uniontown's experience with out-of-state opponents over the years, and about the last 2 decades, really for this century, we could think of 2 times where they faced an out-of-state opponent, both times in Uniontown, both times the Red Raiders win, but this time the Red Raiders leaving the Keystone State, maybe for the first time in the lifetime of some of our listeners, coming here to do battle with the Huskies tonight.
Yeah, Josh, it's really interesting. We come up here to Maryland, and we were talking about off the air, what time the game was even going to start being out of state, and we were talking about the different rules and how the JV players cannot dress for the varsity games or vice versa, so how the Garrett roster is very thin because of that. They're really lack of players. Anytime you travel out of state, it's always interesting, the different changes they have. And I know we experienced that a few years ago when we went to Southern for their tournaments. They got the shot clock in basketball, and
that's right.
So that made it, very interesting.
Very different
dynamics. Game. Very different dynamics. Yeah. So I think the football field's still 100 yards, 53 yards wide. So that shouldn't be much of a difference. But just the JV varsity rule might make a little bit of a factor tonight.
And this is a beautiful field here at Northern High School in Accident, Maryland. It is a turf field. We're told this field is only a few years old. It is gorgeous. It's a wonderful setting, too, as we are here at the press box. You look outside, you see this beautiful agricultural land. The trees are beginning to change here in Garrett County, and you see all of the different colors of nature that come along with autumn. So it is a beautiful setting for football. We're ready now for our pregame show. The pregame show is being brought to you tonight by the Sprouse Insurance Group and Agent David Hughes. They will get you ready for the game. They are located at 217 West Main Street in Uniontown. Phone 724-437-9812 for the Sprouse Insurance Group. The Uniontown Red Raiders come into this contest with a record of 3-3. They are coming off, of course, a bye week, and their previous game before that was back in September on the 27th when the Red Raiders defeated the Brownsville Falcons by a score of 49-28. And, Bill, that was really an exciting game, I think, for both teams. A lot of offense in both halves, some big plays, and I think probably the Red Raiders want to come here to Accident, Maryland tonight and replicate some of that big play mentality.
Yeah, it's a really fun game for the fans. I don't know how much Coach Jeffries liked it as a defensive coordinator, head coach, but it was a fun game. A lot of scoring. It's always good for the parents, the kids. They like to see their kids score touchdowns and whatnot. So it's always fun when there's high-scoring affairs like that. But me, I'm a defensive guy too, so it's a little cringing a little bit when you see these missed tackles and long touchdown runs.
And we certainly did see some of that from both teams when Uniontown played Brownsville. Prior to that, the Red Raiders had suffered a couple of losses at the hands of Taylor Alderdice and Albert Gallatin. The Red Raiders, of course, also picking up wins against Carrick and Perry Traditional Academy. Coming into this contest for the Northern Huskies, 2 consecutive losses at the hands of Frankfort and Hampshire. Prior to that, they did beat Albert Gallatin and Hancock. They are 2-3 on the season. They also lost their opener to Fort Hill, which is a school out of Cumberland, Maryland. The Albert Gallatin Colonials are the common opponent here between the Huskies and Red Raiders. The Huskies defeated the Colonials here at Half Mile Stadium back on September 13th, 31-21. And then, of course, the Uniontown Red Raiders fell at Bill Power Stadium to the Colonials 36-21. But this is a new night and a new contest for the Red Raiders and the Huskies. When we come back, we'll be continuing the pregame show being brought to you tonight by the Sprouse Insurance Group and Agent David Hughes. They will get you ready for the game. They are located at 217 West Main Street in Uniontown. Phone 724-437-9812 for the Sprouse Insurance Group. Are you looking for a fast, friendly notary service that is open in the evening? Sandy Howe Notary Services, LLC, located on Dry Knob Road in Smithfield, is here for your vehicle, boat, motorcycle, ATV registrations, and transfers. plate renewals, and more. They offer new PA and Maryland plates and West Virginia title applications. They serve Uniontown, Smithfield, Fairchance, and all surrounding areas. Open weekdays 10 to 8:30, Saturdays 9 to 5. Sandy Howe Notary Services, Dry Knob Road in Smithfield, 724-564-8955. Big enough to serve you, small enough to know you by name. Visit the haunting world of the Hill Family Hostel House. Experience sinister sideshows and eerie exhibits in the Twisted Nightmare Freak Show, and journey into the heart of terror on the trail, all at Haunted Hills Estate, located at 236 Rolling Hills Estate Road in Uniontown. Haunted Hills offers $5 off Fridays with high school football ticket stubs and discounts on Sundays for students. Visit hauntedhillsestate.com for dates and hours of operation, attraction details, and more. 3 attractions, 1 location. Visit if you dare. Are you looking for a dentist? Dr. Michael George and Dr. Ashley Parker of George Dental Associates, a Uniontown staple, has over 40 years experience treating patients of all ages. Their caring, professional team of dentists and their staff offer a full range of dental services, including restorative, preventative, pediatric, cosmetic, and so much more. Visit GeorgeDentalAssociates.com today. That's GeorgeDentalAssociates.com to find out how they can enhance your smile through the art of dentistry. Would you like to have this pharmacy experience? You pull up, walk a short distance to the counter, wait a very short time for your prescription, ask questions, and still pay the same copay as you would at a large chain store? Experience this at Peach and Pharmacy inside Peach and Market in downtown Connellsville. They also offer the lowest costs available, free prescription delivery, and an app to manage your prescriptions. Visit Peach and Pharmacy or go online at peachandpharmacy.com to learn more. At Grace Veterinary Services, they know your pets are more than just pets. They're family. With the latest techniques and cutting-edge laser surgical technology, your pet will spend less time recovering and more time back on their feet. All 4 of them. Your goal is giving your pet the very best care. Grace Veterinary Services offers a wide variety of services that include wellness exams and preventative care, vaccinations, and surgical services such as spay, neuter, and dental. For an appointment, call 724-437-4191. Welcome back to Half Mile Stadium here in Accident, Maryland. Accident is a small community in Garrett County, of course, the county seat, not too terribly far from us here. That is Oakland, Maryland. Bill Dice and Joshua Scully here with you tonight. And Bill, one factoid I want to share with everyone because I love this. I love that Accident, Maryland, great history as to how that name came into being. It was actually given to that location due to an accident in a survey that occurred centuries ago. This is Maryland history at its absolute finest. The old Line State has a lot of great, rich history. Accident was given that name after the same area was accidentally surveyed 2 times when it should have only been surveyed once. And someone from Accident is referred to as an accidental. So if you live in Accident, Maryland, you are an accidental. And Accident, Maryland, if you've never been there before, is a beautiful, picturesque community here in Garrett County. Garrett County, Maryland, home to about 28,000 people. And a lot of people don't know this, Bill. Garrett County and Fayette County do share a border. It's a short one, just south of Markleysburg, Pennsylvania. So Uniontown Area School District and Northern Garrett School District do share a border. So this, in that way, geographically speaking, could become a rivalry. Maybe this will be the first of many meetings.
Right, Josh, all day today, I was wondering what kind of historic facts you'd have for us. So,
we have a couple of very good ones.
So
That's just the tip of the iceberg.
I appreciate that. You know, you were talking about the facilities here earlier, Josh. You know, me and Coach Kaufman, Coach Brain were talking before the game, and, you know, I like my sports movie quotes. So right away we came up with, is this heaven? No, it's Northern Garrett.
I like that.
You know, it's just a fantastic facility up here, mile high, I guess. Mile high, half a mile.
Yes, sir.
Half a mile high. So
and
just
it really
a great
is
area.
gorgeous.
Oh, I love it.
It's hard to express the view. We could step right out here onto the porch of the press box and see this beautiful countryside around us, and it looks like something you would see off a postcard to be quite honest with you. It is gorgeous. We're going to continue the pregame show being brought to you today by the Sprouse Insurance Group and insurance agent David Hughes. They will get you ready for the game and are located at 217 West Main Street in Uniontown. Phone 724-437-9812 for the Sprouse Insurance Group. We also want to thank our live stream sponsor tonight, Stewart Collision Service, LLC, and Brewston Chiropractic Studio. Now, it's time for your starting lineups, and we're going to talk not only starting lineups here, but we're also going to talk key players. The starting lineup tonight is being brought to you by SWGI Specialists, now U.S. Digestive Health at Uniontown, a different name, but the same team, providing the same exceptional digestive care for our communities. Wishing the best of luck to our Fayette County teams. We're going to start with the Huskies, and the Huskies' offense is going to look like this. At quarterback, we're expecting to see two different players see snaps, both Liam Stewart and Landon Yoder, and we are told that Stewart is probably going to see the lion's share, or maybe we should say, Bill, the Huskies' share of the snaps. Starting at fullback, number 34, Evan Graham. At running back, Luke Ross. We'll want to keep an eye on him for sure, and Caleb Heinbaugh also listed at running back. Tight end, Wally, number 88, Wally Brands, and what I wanted to share about him was his prowess as the kicker. He's also going to be the kicker for the Huskies, and Bill and I during pregame watched him easily hitting kicks from 40, 42 yards out. He was routinely doing that, and when they moved the spot of the kick back about another 5 or 6 yards, he was absolutely laying into the ball and getting it there from a distance of 47 or 48 yards. So keep that in mind. Wally Brands, listed at tight end, also going to be doing some kicking for us tonight, we're sure. At wide receiver, we will see Cole Folk, and the offensive line, left tackle to right tackle for the Huskies, is going to look like this. Bryson Hook, Tim Brands, Nathan Wakefield, Nick Riley, and Anson Miller. And we are getting things underway here. As many of you probably are able to hear the PA address behind us as we are recognizing some youth athletes on the field. There is a youth ceremony occurring right now. Defensively, for the Northern Huskies, we're going to see Caleb Heinbaugh, Bryson Hook, Anson Miller, and Timmy Brands on the defensive line, along with Wally Brands mixing in there as well. Linebackers, Evan Graham and Nick Riley. Those are a couple players, of course, who are going to play at both sides of the field. We're also going to see Emmett Lipscomb, Devin McKenzie, and Austin Ross. And when we come back here, we're going to pause for the national anthem. We'll round out the starting lineup for the Northern Huskies. Welcome back to Half Mile High Stadium here in Accident, Maryland. Garrett County, where the Uniontown Red Raiders and the Northern Huskies are now just about 3.5 minutes away from kickoff and beginning this contest tonight. There is one other defensive player we want to mention for the Northern Huskies. The senior Robert Diedelhauser will also be mixing in at linebacker as well. And again, of course, our starting lineups being brought to you tonight by the SWGI Specialists, now U.S. Digestive Health at Uniontown, a different name, but the same team providing the same exceptional digestive care to our communities. Wishing the best of luck to our Fayette County teams. For the Uniontown Red Raiders, we're going to mention a couple of key players just to keep your eye on and your ear on if you're joining us just through audio. We do see at starting quarterback tonight for the Uniontown Red Raiders, Calvin Winfrey, and you may have noticed today in the Uniontown Herald Standard a great article on the Uniontown Red Raiders football team and an interview with head coach Keith Jeffries. And Coach Jeffries referred to Calvin Winfrey in that article as something of a point guard for this football team, and his natural awareness on the field and the way that he can not only create but also dictate the play has been invaluable to the Red Raiders, so we're going to see him again at quarterback. Of course, a few other names at this point have become very familiar to you. If this is not your first time listening to Uniontown Red Raiders football on WMBS, Michael Thomas, number 22, a key player on that offense, as well as number 28, Torrey Grooms, and we're expecting to see some touches too for number 30, Jamari Walker. All three of those players often handling the ball out of the backfield. Of course, David Ranatu also will probably see a carry or two, and he helps out a great deal on special teams, so we can anticipate seeing him and calling his name a few times tonight as well. Defensively speaking, a lot of those same players play big roles on defense. We've seen some great defensive play against Brownsville from number 77, Gary Smitley. He played a great game. We're looking for the same from him tonight. Also number 68, Leonard Tucker, number 74, Aiden Kiefer, often making their presence known on that defensive line. And the Uniontown Red Raiders, of course, have also got some very strong play out of Walker, Grooms, Ranatu in that defensive front. They all play significant roles. Chase Brumley, too, number 52, had a couple of key stops in that Brownsville game. And also against Taylor Alderdice, he came up with a few big stops. So we're excited to see the roles that they will play there, too. Of course, Grooms and Winfrey do often make their presence known in the secondary. And we also see Kellen Milsom make his presence known in the secondary. We want to recognize, too, number 42, Wyatt Dean, one of the Uniontown Red Raiders seniors, who also helped make that secondary so quick and so effective as it often is. And we're looking forward to seeing how they fare against a Northern team that is able to put up some points. The Uniontown Red Raiders going to want to keep the brakes on the Huskies as often as possible. When we come back, we're going to continue our pregame show here on a C. Harper Auto Group High School Sports Night from Half Mile Stadium in Accident, Maryland. Bad hair day, bad day at the office, bad day behind the wheel. Hey, stuff happens, even to the best of us. At least your car insurance doesn't have to take a hit. Get Erie Rate Lock from Erie Insurance that stays put until you change a car, driver, or your address, plus seriously good coverage. Now, that's something to smile about. Your Erie agent in Uniontown and Ross River Township is Sproul's Insurance Group, 724-437-9812, or go to SproulsInsurance.com. Erie Rate Lock is not guaranteed. Continued insurance coverage is not available in all states. The UPMC Rehabilitation Institute on Wayland Smith Drive offers cutting-edge physical therapy. Jim Burns and his staff are residents of the community, treating sports injuries, neurological conditions, back pain, sprains and strains, joint replacements, and hand injuries, plus other conditions too. They treat you efficiently and safely by taking all necessary precautions while disinfecting the clinic on a regular basis. All insurance accepted, experienced therapists, convenient location and hours, part of the community. Call the office with a prescription from your doctor or schedule by direct access, 724-437-7500. Welcome back to Half Mile Stadium. Joshua Scully alongside Bill Dice tonight. We are just now moments removed from kickoff as the Northern Huskies have just taken to the field and the ceremonial coin toss unfolded. We're going to bring the pregame show, which was brought to you tonight by the Sproul's Insurance Group, to a conclusion. Please keep them in mind, the Sproul's Insurance Group and Agent David Hughes. They got you ready for the game tonight. They are located at 217 West Main Street in Uniontown. Phone 724-437-9812. For the Sproul's Insurance Group, we also want to thank you, SWGI Specialists, now U.S. Digestive Health, for bringing our starting lineups tonight. We also want to recognize very quickly here our live stream sponsors, Stewart Collision Service, LLC, Brewston Chiropractic Studio Plus, Mom Maruca's, and HB Home Remodeling. We want to thank them for making this live stream possible. And we are about to get underway here. The Northern Huskies tonight will be kicking off right to left. They are in their blue and gold uniform, white number. The Red Raiders in their road uniform, white and maroon, white shirt, maroon pants, deep kick. And this one's going to bounce through the end zone. And the Uniontown Red Raiders will be gifted some decent field position here to get this one underway. In a world of big corporations, there is something special about family-owned business. For over 70 years, the Mike Kelly Automotive family has been serving the community with integrity, honesty, and putting the community first. Come experience the Mike Kelly difference today. When you buy from the Mike Kelly Automotive Group, you buy from family. Bill, the Uniontown Red Raiders, of course, capable of the big play, and I think a big play here on this first drive may very well set the tone.
Yeah, the Red Raiders definitely want to come out and get some positive yards here on first down. Let's see if they go big or go little.
Single back look here with Walker getting the handoff. It's going to be a reverse. He tosses it to number 12, and this one is going to go from Dugan right into the hands of the Northern Huskies, who take it back into the end zone. And that's going to go in the book as a pick six for number 22 for Northern. That is Robert Diedelhauser, and we specifically acknowledged him when we came back from our national anthem break. We were told he was someone who was a bit of a difference maker for this Huskies team, and on the very first play from scrimmage, he makes his presence known. This is also going to be our first chance to see the very gifted kicker for the Huskies. He's wearing number 76 tonight. He sometimes wears number 88. This is going to be Wally Brands, the senior, and we may have an offsides penalty. Flag is down.
Yeah, Josh, the Red Raiders went for a little reverse pass, it looked like, and Dugan just got hit as he was trying to release it and went right to him for pick six. Not how you want to start the game for the Red Raiders.
Thankfully, there's a lot of football left to play. Just 8 seconds off the clock here in the first quarter. And now the Huskies, who are working right to left as we describe it, will bring themselves up and attempt 2 points here with quarterback number 11, Liam Stewart, under center. And we have additional whistles here stopping play once again. And the ball is going to be reset, so it looks. Uniontown Red Raiders sporting a lot of pink tonight as well for Breast Cancer Awareness Month.
Evan Graham back in the backfield. He's there with Heimbach, 2 bangers.
And the snap. And that handoff is going to go to Evan Graham, who was in for a score, a 2-point conversion, successful for the Huskies. And that is going to make the score 8-0 here in the early goings of this contest, just 8 seconds off the clock. You're listening to the WMBS Facebook page, C. Harper Auto Group High School Sports Night. When we come back, the Huskies will be kicking off to the Uniontown Red Raiders. George Huck Rattay, a proud veteran and proud to support the coaches, players, and staff of the Uniontown and Laurel Highlands High Schools. George Huck Rattay, Democratic candidate for PA State Representative in the 51st District, asking everyone for their vote in the November general election. This message has been paid for the committee to elect George Huck Rattay. And we're ready now for the kickoff following the very quick Huskies touchdown to get this one started.
You know, Josh, they turned the lights on right there. I felt like I entered the tanning booth. Wow.
Yes, it's very bright in the press box now, which is helpful.
Takes a couple seconds for the eyes to adjust to all this light, though. Jeez. I'm gonna have to put the sunglasses back on.
Half Mile High Stadium, we're a little closer to the sun. The sun is still just a little bit visible here in Accident, Maryland, as it sets to our right. That ball also going to bounce through the end zone for a touchback.
Now, Josh, I would expect the Red Raiders to come out here and something very simplistic, just to gain a couple yards here on their second offensive play of the game here.
And the Uniontown Red Raiders certainly capable of doing that. Their offensive line is significantly larger than the defensive front the Huskies are offering. Of course, that line anchored by Cameron Watkins, who is listed at 6'3", and is very, very good in the middle of that offensive line, and also does some good work on defense, too. And here's a handoff to Grooms. Grooms looking for the edge on the sweep, and he's not going to find much there. He's tackled in the backfield. And this one is going to go in the books for potentially a short loss for Notorious Grooms.
Yeah, really nowhere to run on that jet sweep there, Josh. They kind of caved that side of the offensive line down, and Grooms really had nowhere to operate.
And we have seen so far very good movement from the Huskies. Walker, the single back, Grooms in motion. And this one is going to be kept by Winfrey. An immediate pressure from the Huskies. Winfrey doing a nice job here escaping to extend the play. And he's eventually pursued out of bounds by Diedelhauser. And the Uniontown Red Raiders so far not able to gain much momentum. That one is going to go in the books as another short loss, which will bring up 3rd and long.
Yeah, Josh Winfrey, he really showed his athleticism there, escaping that pressure to not get a sack potential safety.
Yes, because the pressure was immediately there. He did a very good job of reversing course. This one going to be handed off, and there is nowhere for Walker to go here. He is pursued by several Huskies, and he's pulled down before reaching the line of scrimmage. So another loss here will bring up 4th down for the Uniontown Red Raiders, and the punt team will be coming on. Is your heat on the fritz? Has your AC stopped working? Are your pipes backed up? For all of your heating, air conditioning, electric, and plumbing emergencies, Chips Residential Services is here for you. Located in Uniontown and offering 24-hour emergency services, call 724-366-8046 and get the help you need today from Chips Residential Services. Here's the punt from Sea-Rock, a high one, and this one is going to bounce near the Uniontown 40, but then carry over into Husky territory, and the ball is going to be down here at about the Huskies' 47-yard line. And for the first time tonight, we'll have a chance to see the Garrett Huskies offense. We did have a chance, Bill, to see the Huskies mascot, who was out with us tonight. He's actually out right now patrolling the sideline here.
He's out there getting the home fans fired up.
He is. Great costume. They say it's a new costume.
I know the kids always love that entertainment with the mascots.
And it's appropriate because the next ad we're going to read is the Misfit Pooch Mobile Spa. So we almost need to get the mascot involved here. The Huskies.
Great lead in there.
Yes, ready to go. 1st down for Garrett. 2 backs behind the quarterback. Handoff is going to go. Good stop there by the Red Raiders. And several Red Raiders, including Leonard Tucker and Wyatt Dean, in on the stop. Carrying the football there is number 35, Caleb Heimbaugh, the 6', 160-pound junior. Had a good head of steam heading into the pile, but the Red Raiders did not bend very much, and that's going to go in the books as a gain of 3 yards. We'll even call it perhaps just 2, a long 2. And the Huskies are back to the line of scrimmage. Handling quarterback duties right now is number 11, Liam Stewart. And Stewart's going to pitch here. This pitch coming outside, and a good gainer and more brought down deep into the Red Raiders territory. That was number 11 on the carry. And I want to correct myself. That was number 10 on the carry, Luke Ross. Pulled down deep into Uniontown Red Raider territory, so that will be a 1st down, but we see the officials sort of moving everybody back, and it looks like we have a flag on the play for holding, so the Uniontown Red Raiders catching a nice break here. And that's going to bring the spot of the ball back deep into Huskies territory.
Yeah, Josh, I was going to say we had a nice block out there on the outside. Maybe it was a little too nice.
Certainly seems to be the case. That's going to bring up 2nd down and about 12 yards to go for the Huskies.
Yeah, luckily with the way it is, it's only going to be
Luke Ross, though, very quick. That's to say the least. In the backfield now, we've got 34 and 35. That's Graham and Heimbaugh. And number 11, Stewart under center. And the Red Raiders will not give up much here. The handoff goes to Evan Graham, and the tackle very quick. We'll call it a gain of maybe a long 1, which is going to bring up 3rd and long. The Uniontown Red Raiders defensive front looking pretty sharp here, at least when the Huskies try to move the ball inside. That long run by Ross was not only aided by a hold, but of course the Huskies bounced that one outside. And now, for the first time this evening, Liam Stewart will be bringing his offense up to the line of scrimmage on third down.
Nice tackle by Ranitu there. He was fired up after the play.
The Red Raiders will really want to stop here. Ross in motion, going to fake the toss to him, and now it's a big pass deep, but too deep, and over the top ahead of everybody. They wanted Heinbaugh, number 35, deep over the middle. He was open, but too much on the pass, and the Red Raiders hold with 8:44 left to play in the first quarter, so that's a great break for Uniontown. The defense looking very sharp there, really on every play. The only time the Huskies significantly moved the ball was, of course, when they were aided by the hold. Notorious Grooms is back deep to receive the punt, and the Huskies will be punting from roughly their own 46-yard line. Here's the snap. It's a high one. Pulled down. It's going to be punted. I thought for a moment maybe we were going to see a fake, but this punt is not going to go very far. It bounces out at the Red Raiders 45, maybe even the 46. So Uniontown will be gifted great field position here on a C. Harper Auto Group High School Sports Night when we come back to Half Mile Stadium. Misfit Pooch Mobile Spa is a fully mobile dog spa serving Fayette and Westmoreland counties, and they are ready to get your pooch looking great today. Why wait? Make the call to Misfit Pooch Mobile Spa today, 724-912-1127. That's 724-912-1127 for Misfit Pooch Mobile Spa, and get your dog looking great today. The Uniontown Red Raiders ready to get something going. Snap to Winfrey. Winfrey escaping some pressure, and he's going to throw one over the top of Notorious Grooms. Grooms did have a little bit of room to work with there, but Winfrey, of course, was escaping multiple defenders and just had a little bit too much on the pass, going to bring up second down. But, Bill, we can't understate here, given the Red Raiders' challenge to start this game, giving up that quick touchdown. We're in a situation here where you've got some good field position, and for a team that has really thrived with the big play, right now Uniontown could still reverse course here in the first quarter easily.
No, they had a really nice defensive stand last series. There's Ranitu up the middle.
And Ranitu may grind out a couple of yards behind the left tackle. We'll see what the spot's going to be. A gain of about 2 yards for Ranitu is going to bring up third, and either a short 9 or a long 8 here for the Uniontown Red Raiders. Ball is spotted between the 46 and the 47-yard line. Ranitu will stay in the game and will join Winfrey in the backfield here for a third and long situation. Walker and Ranitu going to flank Winfrey, who gives the toss to Grooms, who started moving. Grooms has a little bit of space here, makes a couple defenders miss, and barrels his way across midfield, where he's finally knocked out of bounds by number 15. That's Austin Ross, the 5'8", 150-pound senior for the Huskies, and this is going to bring up fourth down and perhaps 4 yards to go. We'll see the exact spot. It does look like they'll go to the Northern Garrett 49.
You know, Josh, we like to see the Red Raiders try to go on 2 right here. Maybe try to get Northern to jump off sides, try to get a free first down.
You need just 4 yards, so that is certainly possible.
You saw Grooms' explosiveness right there, though. He got a little burst there.
Yes, and he made a couple of men miss, first with his feet and then by just running them over. Here's Winfrey on the keeper, makes one man miss, looking for some real estate, though, on the far side, and he is not going to have it. He's driven out of bounds for a short loss, and the Huskies getting some good penetration right out of the gate, forcing Winfrey to make a move and cut back deeper away from the first down marker, and this is going to be a turnover on downs and a first down for the Huskies just inside Uniontown Red Raider territory. The spot is going to be the Uniontown 48-yard line. So the Red Raiders not quite able to work out a first down there, but the defense looked very sharp last time out, and we'll see if they can't repeat that feat here as the Huskies come up for 1st and 10.
Yeah, Josh, the Raiders, we're going to have to get something quick. It seems like Northern's bringing the house every play, so they're going to have to hit something fast to try to, or maybe a screen pass or something to offset their aggressiveness a little bit.
And we're going to have a flag on the play, and it's going to be against the Uniontown Red Raiders, who were offsides. And that's going to create a 1st and 5 situation at the Uniontown 43-yard line. The Huskies with a favorable situation here on first down. Smith with one back And a man in motion. Going to give the handoff to that back, and Heimbaugh plows ahead into Leonard Tucker, who does not allow him to escape. And Tucker pulls him to the ground after a short gain. This is going to bring up second down and perhaps a long 2, maybe a short 3. And in fact, the Huskies are going to get a very favorable spot here. They're going to bring the ball all the way up to the 39-yard line, and it's going to be 2nd and 1 for the Huskies with 6:38 remaining in the first quarter. Huskies leading this one 8-0. And the Uniontown Red Raiders will come set. Their very gifted defensive line ready to generate a stop here. Smith under center for the Huskies. And an immediate hit. And a fumble on the play. The ball is loose. And I do believe the Uniontown Red Raiders have it. And the Red Raider defense may have just come up big again. We're waiting for an official signal as that ball popped out. Big hit there. And we'll see.
Wow.
And the Huskies managed to recover the fumble, unfortunately. Coming up with it, number 52, Nick Riley, falling on it. The Red Raiders very close there to generating a turnover.
Loss of about 7, though.
Yes, that is critical because the spot of the ball is now all the way back to the 46-yard line. And the Red Raiders were able to perform very well in this situation before. We'll see if the Huskies look to put this one to the air. Smith under center. He has Heimbaugh and Ross in the backfield behind him. And the pitch is going to go to Ross. Ross looking for some grass outside. And he cuts back in, and he's going to be very close to the marker. It looks like he will be just short. Good work there by the Uniontown Red Raiders. Wyatt Dean forcing Ross to switch directions at the very last second, and then Ross was pulled down. This is a long yard, too, so we'll see what the Huskies want to do. We'd love to see that kicker come out, Bill. Wally Brands, yeah. I don't think we're going to see that here, but boy, yeah, he was awesome. Watching him pregame was really exciting.
You've got to think a fullback dive here, Josh.
Yes, Heimbaugh is in position for such a play, and this is a very long count, and it's going to be a push. They're going to just push number 11, their quarterback, Liam Stewart, ahead, and he looks to have enough for the first down, and indeed he will. That'll be a first down for the Huskies here. Clock continuing to roll, 4:45 remaining in the first quarter of play.
Josh, I wanted to say on that last play before the QB sneak, I think it was Wyatt Dean out there made a nice play as the outside linebacker, forced it back to the middle, but there was just nobody in the middle to make the tackle on that quick pitch.
Wyatt Dean is an exciting player to watch. He gets involved in so much. Here's Stewart. Once a man in motion, going to move Ross, and he hands off to Ross, and Ross cuts through explosively. And the Red Raiders are pretty quick to recover and get back on top of him. It is going to be a good gain, though, for Ross. It looks like they're going to consider him down at the 32-yard line. I actually thought maybe he had eked out a few more yards than that. Good job for the Uniontown Red Raiders because Ross came through the hole there between the right guard and right tackle very quickly. The Red Raiders, though, on him very quickly, and this is going to be a 2nd and 5 situation. The Huskies getting themselves set. And Stewart again under center. He's got Ross and Heimbaugh behind him. Handoff is actually going to go to, this is 35 on the handoff. That is Heimbaugh. Excuse me, it was Graham and Heimbaugh in the backfield, and Heimbaugh is in fact on the counter in for a score, finding his way through the offensive line and then into the end zone for the Huskies. The Red Raiders just closing in on him there at about the 1. Heimbaugh, the 6', 160-pound junior, into the end zone. And now we will see that Huskies kicker, number 76, Wally Brands, on to attempt the extra point. This extra point would make this a 15-0 ball game. And here's the snap. Hold is down. Brands on the kick. He blasts it through, and it's no good. And I thought for sure from where we are he had hit that. He certainly had significant distance on it, Bill. I think he kicked it all the way back to the high school building.
I think that one went about a mile high there.
And that one was wide to the left. So that's another break for the Uniontown Red Raiders, where your score is Northern 14, Uniontown 0. with just about 3:25 remaining in the first quarter here on a C. Harper Auto Group High School Sports Night. We'll be right back. Visit the haunting world of the Hill Family Hostel House. Experience sinister sideshows and eerie exhibits in the Twisted Nightmare Freak Show and journey into the heart of terror on The Trail, all at Haunted Hills Estate. Located at 236 Rolling Hills Estate Road in Uniontown, Haunted Hills offers $5 off Fridays with high school football ticket stubs and discounts on Sundays for students. Visit hauntedhillsestate.com for dates and hours of operation, attraction details, and more. 3 attractions, 1 location. Visit if you dare. Welcome back to Half Mile High Stadium here in Accident, Maryland. We are in Garrett County, the old line state. And here's the kick. This one going to be bounced and will be scooped up by Walker. Walker on the move here, looking for some space at the 30, and he's driven back by the Huskies. And it looks like he's going to be given about the 29-yard line by way of forward progress before the Huskies drag him backwards and bring him down. The Uniontown Red Raiders will begin from their 29. Doctors Ruthhard, Calabrese, Stokes, and Hopi and their entire team at SWGI Specialists have recently joined U.S. Digestive Health, the leading gastroenterology practice in the northeastern United States. They want you to know they'll continue to provide the exceptional GI care and treatment in their local community that you enjoy and trust. For more information or for help with your digestive problems, call 724-437-7677 or visit usdigestivehealth.com. You're listening to the WMBS Facebook page on a C. Harper Auto Group High School Sports Night. The Red Raiders back at it here offensively. Handoff goes to Walker. There's a flag. Walker makes one-man miss, but then he is swallowed up by number 34, Evan Grimm. And the football apparently came out at the end of that play, and it's recovered in the end zone. There was a flag previously. We'll see exactly how this all shakes out, but Walker is going to lose the football.
And unfortunately for the Raiders, that looks like an area of holding. Let's see what the call is.
And the Huskies, for all intents and purposes as it stands, are going to decline the penalty. And this will be a recovery in the end zone for a touchdown, which makes your score 20-0 here with 3:05 to play. And it will be Brands again on to kick the extra point.
Yeah, Josh, I thought the refs were going to blow the whistle here on that one. Seemed like forward progression was stopped, and they just let the play roll on, and the ball came out there at the end. I don't know if you were even able to see what happened there.
Yes, that was a difficult situation because the flag had come out, and it did seem, and this is going to be a flag here as Ranitu bursts through the line.
They're going to go for 2 again. Move it up. Yard and a half, why not?
That is going to be against the Uniontown Red Raiders. Unfortunately, I do agree with you there, Bill. That play seemed to be allowed to go on for some time when, in fact, there was a flag down, and Walker was certainly no longer moving forward.
Cheerleaders are throwing out T-shirts here. They almost hit us.
We'll see if they can throw one into the press box, but they have to do it without missing the camera. That's what I would like to see.
Yeah, we need some precision on the throw. Like a Peyton Manning type.
Liam Stewart under center here. The Huskies going for 2. And Stewart's going to try to keep it himself, and it looks like he is going to be short. No, the official near our side comes in and gives the signal.
It looked like the ball came loose, too. Waited. Raiders, maybe not.
And it does look like this 2-point will be confirmed, and indeed it will be 22-0 here with 3:05 to play at Half Mile High Stadium in Accident, Maryland. When we come back on a C. Harper Auto Group High School Sports Night, the Uniontown Red Raiders will be receiving the kickoff from the Northern Huskies. Where can you go these days to have your gas pumped for you, oil checked, and windshield cleaned? Joby's Golf. That's where. Joby's Golf is conveniently located at the corner of Fayette and Beeson Boulevard. Joby's Golf is a fast, friendly, full-service gas station that has been serving the Uniontown area for over 49 years. Joby's Golf offers lockout services, a fenced-in storage lot, and is a AAA 24-hour and light truck towing service. Call 724-438 0681. And keep them in mind for the next time you need a tow. 24-hour AAA car and light truck towing service. 724-438-0681 for Joby's Golf. Welcome back to Half Mile High Stadium here in Accident, Maryland, Garrett County. The old line state is where the Red Raiders battle the Northern Huskies tonight, and we've had an unsportsmanlike conduct policy against the Red Raiders. We'll let the Huskies kick off here from midfield, and the Huskies really enjoy, I suppose, the fake kickoff approach, and then they retreat and
Josh, here's what I want to see. I want to see if the kicker can put it through the uprights from here.
And he certainly is going to try to. He blasts this one back through the end zone, right across the end zone and then across the track. That one really had some significant carry to it across the end, and the word Northern here in the end zone to our left. It will be Uniontown Red Raider football. They'll begin at the 25-yard line, the 20-yard line following the touchback. And the Uniontown Red Raiders are in need of a score, and Bill, this is where you'd really like to see them dial up that big play. They have the big play potential. We've certainly seen them strike from just about anywhere on the field in the past, and a touchdown here gets you back in the game, and the Red Raiders may be showing that. They go 5 wide here, Bill.
Yeah, the Raiders, they really didn't have haven't had an opportunity to get the ball down the field yet tonight.
Snap goes to Winfrey. Winfrey looks our way, escapes one man, and he's going to hold on to this one, and he gains a couple on his own. Nice job there by Calvin Winfrey to make something happen, and he's pursued out of bounds by number 34, Evan Graham. Good gain there on first down for the Red Raiders. It looks like the marker is going to give Calvin every bit of about 6 yards, so this will be 2nd and 4. I suppose we'll call that 2nd and 5. The spot of the ball just at the 25. I was hoping maybe they'd give him the 26. Here's the snap to Winfrey again. Winfrey looks our way, and the pass is going to sail over the head of Nathan Searoth. And that's going to bring up 3rd down and 5 for the Uniontown Red Raiders. The Red Raiders here really wanting to pick up this first down and get a drive together. If they're able to do that here, still plenty of football to play.
You know, Josh, I'd like to see little David Ranty right here, right up the middle, 2 plays in a row. Let's see if we can get 5 yards. That bruiser, little thunder.
Yes, he certainly brings the thunder. There's no doubt about that. I love his energy. We're going to have a timeout instead, and I believe this is a timeout taken by the Red Raiders. Indeed it is. When we come back to Half Mile High Stadium here in Accident, Maryland, the Uniontown Red Raiders will be facing a 3rd and 5 on a C. Harper Auto Group High School Sports Night here in Accident, Maryland. Summer fun can be rough on your lawn. Brown patches, stubborn weeds. Feeling defeated? Don't worry. Bartok Lawn Care is here to help, offering custom blended fertilization and weed control programs to revive your tired lawn. Also running incredible fall aeration and overseeding specials for new and existing customers. Locally owned and operated. Contact Garrett at 724-366-3303 or visit BartokLawnCare.com for more information. That is Bartok Lawn Care. Go see Jeff Varney at Wright Honda in Uniontown. If you're looking for a new vehicle and don't want to go through all the hassle, just see Jeff Varney, General Sales Manager at Wright Honda in Uniontown. He's committed to making sure you get the best deal. Call Jeff Varney today, 724-812-2749, WrightHondaCars.com. Do you or someone you need and know need home support? Let Caring Mission Home Care be your solution. They provide assistance with daily living activities. Caring Mission employs insured aides and now offers certified dementia practitioners for all in-home Alzheimer's care. Caring Mission Home Care, 724-439-7656, or visit thecaringmission.com for more information. And the Red Raiders have this one intercepted here at Half Mile High Stadium. Coming up with the pick is number 15, Austin Ross. And the Huskies are going to be in order again. They're going to be in business. That is, again, here deep in Uniontown Red Raider territory, and they lead the game as it stands 22-0. with 2:43 to play. That one skipping off the hands of a Red Raider receiver and going directly into the hands of Ross. And, Bill, that was actually a drill we watched both teams practice pregame, was that tip and interception drill, and the Huskies able to really demonstrate what they're able to do in the secondary on that play.
Yeah, that was just an unfortunate bounce for Calvin Winfrey there. You know, he made a nice throw, hit his receiver, what looked like in the hands, and but he couldn't come up with it, and it ends up being an interception.
Right, there's not a whole lot that Calvin could do about that. And here's a fake to the middle, and it's a pass complete to the end zone. Number 10 for the Huskies, Luke Ross, open in the end zone on the fake toss and the deep middle pass. We saw the Huskies try that once earlier in the game. They had just overthrown it, and it's another touchdown for Northern. They lead 28-0, 2:38 to play here in the first quarter at Half Mile High Stadium. On for the extra point, number 76, Wally Brands. Brands, of course, with the big leg. And the Red Raiders may be offsides here as Walker came charging across, maybe hoping to get a hand on this one. And that's going to be an offsides penalty that will bring the Huskies 1 yard closer. And they will send in their two-point conversion personnel. And we'll see them go for two here. If they succeed, they will lead 30-0. The Uniontown Red Raiders, of course, just looking to put a foot down on the ground and get a stop here. Number 11, Liam Stewart under center. He has Evan Graham directly behind him. Man in motion is Ross. And here's the handoff inside to Graham, and Graham is going to be stopped. No, the forward progress is going to be awarded to him, even though the Red Raiders seem to meet him right at the goal line and drive him backward. The Northern Huskies getting another favorable call here at the goal line. This is not the first time that's happened this evening. That might even be the third time that's happened here this evening. The Uniontown Red Raiders trail now 30-0 with 2:38 to play on a C. Harper Auto Group High School Sports Night when we return here to Half Mile Stadium in Accident, Maryland. The UPMC Rehabilitation Institute on Wayland Smith Drive offers cutting-edge physical therapy. Jim Burns and his staff are residents of the community, treating sports injuries, neurological conditions, back pain, sprains and strains, joint replacements, hand injuries, and other conditions. They treat you efficiently and safely by taking all necessary precautions while disinfecting the clinic on a regular basis. All insurance accepted, experienced therapists, convenient location and hours, part of the community. Call the office with a prescription from your doctor or schedule by direct access 724-437-7500. Welcome back to Half Mile High Stadium here in Accident, Maryland. Bill Dice and Joshua Scully with you tonight on the WMBS live stream. Here's a big kick which will sail into the end zone, nearly striking the official and bouncing right across the R in Northern out of the end zone. We want to thank our live stream sponsors tonight, Stewart Collision Service, LLC, and Brewston Chiropractic Studio, as well as Mom Maruca's and MB Home Remodeling. Thank you. We also want to thank the Sprouse Insurance Group and insurance agent David Hughes, who brought your pregame show to you this evening. They got you ready for this contest. And we want to thank as well the SWGI specialist, now U.S. Digestive Health at Uniontown, who presented your starting lineups to you as well. The Uniontown Red Raiders find themselves trailing early here. Plenty of football left to play. And this will be Calvin Winfrey with a single back look. That's Michael Thomas, and the handoff goes to Thomas in the middle. And Thomas will get a couple, and he's pulled down by number 52. That's Nick Riley, the 6', 190-pound senior, who trips up Thomas after a gain of about 3 yards, which will bring up second down.
Thomas had a little bit of a hole there. Nice job by the right side of the Uniontown line, but nice tackle by
Riley. Yeah, Riley did a good job stepping up there. That was a good block to get things started by number 68, Leonard Tucker. The Red Raiders want to go the other way this time, and there's not much happening there. That play may even lose a yard. Notorious Grooms pulled down behind the line of scrimmage, and the Uniontown Red Raiders will see a third down situation again here. This will be about a 3rd and 9, maybe a 3rd and 8, depending on the exact spot of the ball.
Josh, we got to see the Red Raiders move the chains here a little bit, get a little bit of positive momentum going here.
That could happen for the Red Raiders at any time. This is going to be a pass from Winfrey, and it's a good-looking pass to the sideline, and the call is incomplete.
Oh, wow.
And the ball was complete there to Grooms. Good-looking pattern from Grooms coming across the field, and that did appear to be a clean catch. But so far, Bill,
Josh, maybe we have different rules with our feet here in Maryland. Maybe you got to get 2 feet in. But
maybe some different rules with the goal line.
I'd like to check the tape on that one. It looked like he got him in.
Difficult situation here for the Uniontown Red Raiders. Just no breaks really anywhere on the field, including right there on what appeared to be a completion to Grooms near the sideline. Here's Nathan Searock back to send this punt away. Punt is on the way, and it's a good one. And across midfield, it's going to take a Uniontown bounce, and a good Uniontown bounce. It's going to be down at the Northern 35. So the Huskies will begin all the way back at the 35-yard line. This is their worst starting field position so far this game. They have started around midfield a couple of times. They have started deep in Uniontown territory. This will be their first time starting at the 35. The Uniontown Red Raiders are in Garrett County tonight. That is where our broadcast is coming to you from. Thank you again for joining us, and thank you, Stewart Collision Service, LLC, Brewston Chiropractic Studio, Maruca's, and MB Home Remodeling for bringing us the live stream. Bill, Garrett County is the youngest county, if you'd like to look at it that way, in Maryland. This is the newest county, although Garrett County certainly has quite a bit of history under its belt by now. It was carved out of Allegheny County, Maryland. That's Allegheny County without an H, as we have the H in Allegheny County in Pennsylvania. Carved out of Allegheny County, named for John W. Garrett. And here's a handoff for the Huskies. This is Ross making men miss, finding his way across midfield, and he's down the sideline. Finally going to be pushed out of bounds there by the Uniontown Red Raiders. And that was Notorious Grooms in pursuit, driving out Ross, number 10, Luke Ross, the 5'9", 150-pound senior. And that's a good gainer there for the Huskies that drives deep into Uniontown territory. Spot of the ball is going to be the 13-yard line. But Garrett County, Maryland, where we are tonight, the newest county in Maryland, the youngest, if you will, named for John W. Garrett, a railroad executive. There's only 2 school districts in Garrett County. One is Northern, where we are tonight. The other is Southern, and Southern will be making the trip down to Uniontown in about 2 weeks' time to face the Red Raiders at Bill Power Stadium. First down for the Huskies, and the handoff here goes to Heinbaugh, who powers to near the goal line, and he's going to be called down probably at the 1-yard line. Good gain there by Heinbaugh. Caleb Heinbaugh, the 6', 160-pound junior, fights his way to near the goal line. 45 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. The Huskies again threatening to score. The Uniontown Red Raiders hoping to generate a stop. Ross and Graham, your backs behind Stewart. And Stewart is going to keep it himself and dives behind the offensive line in the pile. And it looks like he's going to be considered in for a touchdown. 36-0 now your score. Again, a play that was right at the goal line, and those plays have not been kind tonight to the Uniontown Red Raiders. The Huskies truly putting the football in the end zone a couple of times, but a few other times, boy, Bill, really close plays, and unfortunately the line has not been kind, no matter where it is, sideline, goal line, to the Uniontown Red Raiders tonight.
No, that play right there, it looked like a little push, if you will, Philadelphia Eagles style, but they let it go, and that's a touchdown.
And we saw the Huskies run a similar play earlier. This kick, again, good from Brands. Brands has a big leg and has really charged every one of these footballs deep to near the concession stand each time. This one is good, and the Huskies now have 37 points with 22 seconds remaining. You're listening to a C. Harper Auto Group High School Sports Night here on WMBS live stream, courtesy of Stewart Collision Service, LLC, and Brewston Chiropractic Studio, Maruca's, and MB Home Remodeling. Are you ready to indulge in the best pizza around? Are you looking for a lunch or dinner spot with all your favorite Italian classics coupled with mouth-watering daily specials? Then it's time to come visit 2G Brothers Pizza, located at 124 Matthew Drive in Uniontown. Specials and customer favorites include Thursday's Sicilian-style pizza and Saturday's chicken parmesan. Call 724-439-5600 today and let 2G Brothers handle the rest. Your taste buds will be glad you did. Welcome back to Half Mile Stadium here in Accident, Maryland, where the Huskies have surged out to a lead here in the first quarter. The Uniontown Red Raiders looking to get something going. 22 seconds left in the first quarter of play. Joshua Scully with you tonight alongside Bill Dice.
Now, Josh, let me ask you that. I'll ask you here in a second.
And this kick is going to bounce at the 5 and skip into the end zone. And the Uniontown Red Raiders will begin at the 20 again following the touchback.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, that last read you had, that last part, did you add that last part, or was that actually part of the commercial?
That was actually part of the commercial.
Does that sound like a part that you just like threw in there at the end? What was it, your taste buds will thank you?
Yes, your taste buds will be glad you did.
Yes.
Call 2G Brothers or stop in.
I thought maybe I was ad-libbed.
Well, it sounds pretty good right now, I'll be honest with you. 2G
yeah.
Brothers, yeah. Some pizza, concession stand here at Half Mile High Stadium with a really impressive offering as far as their concessions are concerned, so that's exciting too.
We'd like to see the Red Raiders get a chance to return one of those kickoffs, Josh. You know, maybe they can make something happen with their explosive athletes, but they're just putting them in the end zone, not really giving the Red Raiders a chance to return one.
Well, the Red Raiders do have some big play firepower, and that is what they want to dial up here. Snap is going to go to Winfrey. Winfrey going to go deep down the sideline. He's got a man, and it comes up just incomplete. Looking down the sideline to number 2, Kellen Milsom. And that one would have been the big play. The Red Raiders wanted just a little bit off the mark. Good-looking throw by Winfrey otherwise. Nice spiral.
And
he got it down there.
Milsom was open.
Yeah, Milsom beat his man down the
a little
sideline.
bit underthrown. You know, the offensive line did a good job of giving him some time on that one. He had a few seconds to make that throw and let it go.
But that definitely shows off what the Red Raiders are capable of.
And I like to say, run it again.
We've got second down. There's a couple of officials having a brief conversation here.
Maybe
Now
the
the
play
signal's
clock,
going to be
maybe.
given to play. Yeah, I think that was the problem. Handoff inside to Ranitou, and Ranitou battles ahead for a few yards. It looks like the spot is going to be near the 23-yard line, and that will probably be it for the first quarter here at Half Mile High Stadium in Accident, Maryland, where the Huskies have jumped out to an impressive lead, but the Uniontown Red Raiders have 3 quarters yet to play on a C. Harper Auto Group High School Sports Night on the WMBS live stream via Facebook. Looking for a fast, friendly notary service that is open in the evening? Sandy Howe Notary Services, LLC, located on Dry Knob Road in Smithfield, is here for your vehicle, boat, motorcycle, ATV registrations and transfers, plate renewals, and more. They offer new PA and Maryland plates and West Virginia title applications. They serve Uniontown, Smithfield, Fairchance, and all surrounding areas. Open weekdays 10 to 8:30, Saturdays 9 to 5. Sandy Howe Notary Services, Dry Knob Road, Smithfield, 724-564-8955. Big enough to serve you, small enough to know you by name. Looking for a dentist? Dr. Michael George and Dr. Ashley Parker of George Dental Associates, a Uniontown staple, has over 40 years' experience treating patients of all ages. Their caring professional team of dentists and their staff offer a full range of dental services, including restorative, preventative, pediatric, cosmetic, and so much more. Visit GeorgeDentalAssociates.com today. That's GeorgeDentalAssociates.com. And find out how they can enhance your smile through the art of dentistry. Welcome back to Half Mile High Stadium. We had a youth recognition service before the game tonight, and some of those players on the field in this first play here for the Uniontown Red Raiders to begin the quarter is going to be a fumble and a recovery by the Northern Huskies.
Wow.
And that's going to be picked up by number 76, Wally Brands, the 6'2", 200-pound senior. Brands also the kicker, plays tight end and defensive end. And another turnover here for the Uniontown Red Raiders in the first play of the second quarter. Right now, the Uniontown Red Raiders, I think, would really love to get that one back. We'll see if such will happen. Stewart under center, split backs behind him, Graham and Heimbaugh. And the handoff's going to go to Heimbaugh. And nowhere to go that time. The Uniontown Red Raiders depleting him. Nathan Searock providing the big hit. Good job there for the Uniontown Red Raiders when they needed a stop. Of course, Bill, we've not seen it yet tonight. We saw it pregame. We've not seen it yet during the course of the game. If the Uniontown Red Raiders would produce a stop here, we know the Huskies are going to try a field goal. And Wally Brands was really impressive during the pregame warm-up period where he was absolutely bombing the ball from 40, 42, even 47 yards out.
Yes, he's shown his leg off on these kickoffs, though, Josh. We've seen how he has quite a leg, so we'll get to see him. Nice play by Seabrook on that last one. He beat the pulling guard.
Toss here to Ross. Ross makes one man miss, weaves to a couple other Red Raiders. Finally in the secondary, he's pulled down, I believe, Notorious Grooms, along with a couple others in on the stop. And he's going to be beyond the first down marker, but we've got a stop on the field.
I think that was Sheffy there missing the tackle. We just got to break down a little bit and sink those hips and make the play. But these backs for Northern are elusive, man.
They're very elusive, and especially Ross. That's not to take away from Heimbaugh or Graham, but especially Ross, really explosive. And we're going to see a personal foul against the Uniontown Red Raiders here, which will back them into the shadow of the goalpost with the ball spotted at 5. Yes, first and goal for the Huskies. And it's going to be Stewart. And he's under center. Two backs behind him. Stewart, long count. Everyone's set now. And here's the snap. And he hands off to Graham. And he is not going to make it. Wyatt Dean there at the very end, twisting him away from the goal line. Graham trying to stay on top of some bodies and lunge forward. And he's going to make it to the 1, but no further. Wyatt Dean driving him away from the goal line. Second down and goal to go. The Huskies have been really effective around the goal line, but they've certainly seemingly benefited from some friendlier calls on the opposite end of the field. We'll see if the Red Raiders can't produce something here, Bill. This is really where you'd love to see a ball get punched out or even a miscue here from Northern to back them up a little bit and to provide some breathing room for the Uniontown Red Raiders. And this is going to be Stewart on the keeper, and he fumbles the football, Bill, and it's recovered. And it's going to be rolled a touchdown. And for 1 minute, Bill, I thought we were going to get the play there that we wanted.
Yeah, just like you mentioned, the ball came. You wanted the ball to come loose. It did. But I guess he was over the end zone, but they recovered in the end zone anyway, so I guess it really didn't matter.
It's going to be a touchdown for the Northern Huskies here with 9:49 to play in the second quarter, and the Huskies preparing themselves for the extra point. Stewart going to be your holder. Snap is down, and the kick is on its way, and this one is going to be good just inside the left upright to increase the Huskies' lead another point. We have played a quarter in about 2.5 minutes. When we come back here on a C. Harper Auto Group High School Sports Night, the Huskies will be kicking off to the Uniontown Red Raiders, who will have an opportunity to begin a new drive. Two Brothers Tree and Stump Service promises top quality guarantee. Looking for a reliable, licensed, and insured contractor? You're in the right place. Two Brothers Tree and Stump Service is dedicated to providing top-notch services at affordable prices. They have many years of experience in a wide range of industries and always get the job done right. Feel free to get in touch anytime, day or night. Call 724-415-9183 for Two Brothers Tree and Stump Service. Welcome back to Half Mile High Stadium here in Accident, Maryland, Northern High School. Joshua Scully alongside Bill Dice. It's going to be number 76, Wally Brands, to send this one away. The Uniontown Red Raiders ready to receive. 9:49 remaining in the second quarter here on a C. Harper Auto Group High School Sports Night from the Old Line State. Here's the kickoff. And this one is going to be fielded by Grooms. And, Bill, this is what we wanted to see. Grooms from about the 3 is going to make it to the 21, where he's pulled down by the Huskies. And we've got a flag on the play, a little bit of extra action there, a little bit too much extra for the officials. And a flag comes down. We'll wait to see the exact result of that flag.
Looks a little bit like a frustration foul there, Josh. When things aren't going your way, don't quite know how to cope with it. And really, when I say things haven't gone your way,
yes,
they have not gone our way.
They have not. A couple of close calls here. No breaks.
Some bad
for
bounces.
The Red Raiders. Some bad bounces. A couple of balls that came loose. You had the tipped pass that went to the Huskies.
I think they had, four turnovers so far tonight, Josh?
Yes.
That makes it tough.
And I think that flag is going to be picked up by the official. And we'll see what the exact spot will be.
Did it just fall out of his pocket or what? I mean, if in that scenario, you would think maybe a personal foul
yes.
of some sort. You usually don't just wave those off, but
well, maybe he perceived some contact there where there was no malicious intent.
maybe.
1st and 10 for the Red Raiders. We'll see if Uniontown will find some fortune here in the second quarter. The first quarter not very kind to them. Inside give. This is going to be Michael Thomas, and the Huskies with a gang tackle drive Thomas backward, and we're going to say probably no gain there, maybe a short loss depending upon the official spot. Bill, where we are right now in Garrett County, Maryland, this part of the county is the only part of Maryland that has river drainage to the Gulf of Mexico. The Youghiogheny River, which many of our listeners and viewers back in Fayette County are, I'm sure, familiar with as it passes through Fayette County along its course, actually rises not too far from here in West Virginia, passes between Maryland and West Virginia a couple times, then comes through this part of Garrett County. High snap here to Winfrey. Winfrey pulls it down, and he's got some space on the sideline. Calvin Winfrey pursued out of bounds, but he takes what could have been a broken play and turns it into a little bit of something. He gains a couple yards. As we see the stick moved here, maybe a gain of 4 yards for the Red Raiders to bring up 3rd down. But this is the only part of the entire state of Maryland that drains out to the Gulf of Mexico via the Youghiogheny River, which of course flows north out of Garrett County into Fayette County and ultimately on its way to the Monongahela in the city of McKeesport. The rest of the state drains out to the Chesapeake Bay. This is the last part here. We're very near to the Continental Divide. 5 wide here for Calvin Winfrey. Snap goes to Winfrey. Winfrey wants the deep ball, and it looks like it's there. And it is incomplete. Not quite pulled down here for the Uniontown Red Raiders. Kellen Milsom again beating his man, made a nice move there to adjust to the pass, and not quite able to pull in that one. That would have been a big gainer for Uniontown and pretty well executed for the Red Raiders too, Bill, but just no such luck on the completion.
Yeah, nice position really there by the D-back to make a play on the ball. It's tough to see from our angle if he got a hand on it or whatnot, but Milsom looked to be open by a step or two.
Punt sent away here, another good punt. This one going to bounce across midfield and have some good carry on it. It's going to bounce all the way to the Huskies 38 before it's finally picked up by the Uniontown Red Raiders. 8:11 here to play in the second quarter on a C. Harper Auto Group High School Sports Night. We'll be right back here to Half Mile High Stadium. Marcon Building Supply has provided the tri-state area with ready-mix concrete and building supplies for decades. Family owned and operated and built on a foundation of trust, integrity, and exceptional quality, Marcon is your local leader for ready-mix concrete, precast, lumber, tools, electrical, plumbing, lawn care, and general building supply needs. Visit the store in Markleysburg or call Marcon today at 724-329-5542. Marcon Building Supply, your one-stop shop for all of your home building and construction needs. Welcome back to Half Mile High Stadium. Joshua Scully alongside Bill Dice. We have a flag on the play here as the Huskies are ready to begin a new drive, and we have an offsides penalty against the Uniontown Red Raiders. And that's going to bring the ball that much closer to midfield and begin this drive for the Huskies with a 1st and 5. The officials right now discerning exactly where that spot should be. The linesman going to bring the stick ahead to the 42-yard line of the Huskies, and that's where the Huskies will be, 1st and 5.
Josh, it was a little funny that they actually started walking the wrong way and threw me off for a second.
And here's a handoff on a sweep to Ross, and Ross is going to be pulled down. Good stop there for the Uniontown Red Raiders.
Taylor Galloway.
Taylor Galloway,
Freshman.
the freshman, number 8, not letting Ross escape, and Ross has been so elusive. Great to see the freshman there come up strong and hold on to him. And we're going to see a first down signal given as Ross did manage to reach just inside the 48-yard line, moving toward midfield. And so the Huskies have a first down. 7:56 remaining in the second quarter. In the backfield is going to be Graham, directly behind Stewart, who is under center. Ross again in motion. Handoff goes to Ross. A quick move here. The Uniontown Red Raiders largely with him, although he escapes a couple would-be tacklers, and it's not until he meets Wyatt Dean near the sideline that he's finally stopped, and it's another first down. And Ross, so slippery, he just bounces off defenders and keeps finding space, and here picks up another first down.
You know, when I played there, the Red Raiders just couldn't get him to the ground. They had him wrapped up a couple times, and like you said, he was a little slick out there. Maybe he's greased up, maybe.
He must be. He seems like he's very hard to wrap up, sans that one-time Taylor Galloway gun in. Galloway would not let him go despite Ross's efforts. Here's Graham in the backfield now. And we're going to see a stoppage of play.
Timeout.
And a timeout.
Officials timeout.
And we do have an officials timeout as a Uniontown Red Raider player came rushing on there.
I think the Red Raiders had somebody injured on that play, Josh, so that's why they allowed him to get that sub in there.
Liam Stewart under center with Graham behind him. The Huskies going to pull this one in tight. Big formation here. Some extra blockers. And now we see Ross in motion. And it's going to be Stewart handoff inside to Graham. Graham over center and pulled down. Good tackle there again by Taylor Galloway. The freshman Galloway showing off what he could do. 2 big stops on this drive. 7:33 remaining in the quarter. And it's going to be a first down for the Huskies. But a good stop there by Galloway, showing off his tackling ability twice on this drive. The Huskies will bring up their set to the line. Again, relatively big formation here.
I believe the Red Raiders got another freshman, the other cornerback, David Settles, over there.
Stewart going to move Ross, and he's going to keep it himself. Slips over left tackle and guard, and he's brought down by a gathering of Red Raiders. And it looks like the spot of the ball is going to be near the 22, perhaps even the 23-yard line. It looks like the far official is going to say 23, and they adjust to that spot. That'll bring up second down. The Northern Huskies, of course, big first quarter for them. The Uniontown Red Raiders trying to break the Huskies here just a little bit. The Huskies gaining all the momentum really right out of the gate here, even from the first play. And they'll spread it out here after running a big formation for a couple of plays in a row. They bring in an extra receiver, and they're going to send Ross in motion. He's going to move over into the slot. Handoff goes inside to Graham, and Graham is pulled down. Strong tackle there, number 52, Chase Brumley on the stop for the Uniontown Red Raiders, and that's what we like to see out of Brumley. He often makes his presence known in the middle of that field.
Third and very short. Got to watch the ball on this one.
Would be great to see the Red Raiders get a stop and just find a spot where you can say, as the Red Raiders, look, we started to turn the page here. It was a difficult start to this game. Some things did not go our way, but we're going to control what we can control and get a stop here. And I think the Red Raiders would certainly benefit from that. Here's Stewart under center, Graham behind him. 2 wideouts for Northern. Handoff goes to Graham, and there is an immediate tackle there, but I think he's probably got the first down. Quick tackle.
Yeah, it looked like Hebda maybe.
I think you're correct. It was, I believe,
56.
Connor Hebda on the stop. Good tackle. Of course, the Huskies only had to get about half a yard, and I do believe they got that, although they're having a problem right now with the chain on the sideline, and they may have to stop for a moment and fix that as they're trying to adjust the chain to show the proper distance for another first down. And they've had a little difficulty getting it to the right spot. Now it looks like they're ready, and the clock will be winded.
Scoreboard says 3rd and 1. That's definitely not correct.
I think they just updated it to 1st and 10. Here's Stewart. Going to pull it down and go our way on a little pass play that's not going to find much.
Guess who that was, Josh?
Taylor Galloway again on the stop. Good tackle there. That one was caught by number 25, Connor Suter, the 5'6", 135-pound freshman. But Galloway, the freshman on the Uniontown side, not giving him much to work with, and it's going to be 2nd and long after a gain of maybe 2 yards, maybe just a yard and a half. They're going to call it 2nd and 8 on the scoreboard here at Half Mile Stadium. And this will be Stewart, again directly under center. Stewart does not work much out of the shotgun. He gets right up under the center here and is ready to take the snap with Ross and Graham in the backfield on either side. Handoff is going to go to Ross, and Ross is through and in the end zone for a touchdown. And with 4:37 to go, the Northern Huskies will strike again for a score here in the second quarter. Ross, who has really played a great game here tonight, doing it again. That drive did cover a pretty good distance for the Huskies. No really big explosive play that time, Bill. They really chipped away and had to convert a few first downs, but ultimately still find their way to the end zone. And this is going to be Wally Brands once again to attempt the extra point.
Yeah, Northern, they were really methodical there. They got down 3rd and 1 a couple times, and they just filed ahead for 5 and got the first down and repeated it.
And as we talk about the drive summary so far that we have seen from the Northern Huskies tonight, our drive summary brought to you by Bartok Lawn Care. Bartok Lawn Care, championship level lawns, the experts in lawn care done right. That's Bartok Lawn Care. We've seen the Huskies benefit from some turnovers. We've seen them benefit from some very friendly field position. We have also seen them strike for the big play. Bill, that was maybe the first drive where we saw the Huskies have to be, as you said, more methodical and work their way through some different situations. We saw a couple of great tackles there on that drive by Taylor Galloway, too, that helped set up some of those longer distances. The Huskies have not had to face those very often here this evening, but on that drive they had to face a couple, and hopefully, again, that's part of the Red Raiders beginning to turn the page here as they anticipate the second half coming up now in just 4 minutes and 37 seconds. That's all we have left here of the first half at Half Mile High Stadium. And the Huskies will prepare to kick this one off. Again,
Joe,
Wally Brands.
I think the fake kickoff has gotten me every time because I'm trying to look down at my Score Hub app here, and they're faking it and faking me out.
And here's the kick. This one is going to be fielded by Uniontown, and on the move is Notorious Grooms. And he's going to make it to nearly the 25-yard line until he's finally gathered in there by the Huskies. We'll see the exact spot of the ball. I believe he was very close to the 25 if he did not get there, although it looks like the official who's coming in from our sideline is maybe only giving him the 23.
Yeah, Josh, I know the head basketball coach, Rob Kazmarski, I was talking to him earlier today. He was talking about coming up watching his daughter Kylie cheer. I'm sure he was saying, Tori, just go out of bounds. Just go out of bounds. You don't need to cut back to the middle on that one.
Yeah,
and I'm sure all Red Raider fans are probably thinking the same thing right there.
Yes, I think Coach Kazmarski probably thinks that probably more than just once a game.
With quite a few Red Raider basketball players out there.
Yes, we do have quite a few basketball players. Basketball season now, believe it or not, just not that far away. We're nearly halfway through October. This is going to be Cam Dugan. Snap goes to Dugan. Thomas, the extra protector. Dugan wants to go deep, and he's going to be intercepted here on the deep pass. Good quick tackle there for Uniontown, though, on the return attempt, but it is an interception by the Northern Huskies, and it looks like they will have the ball at their own 40-yard line with 4:05 to play here in the second quarter at Half Mile High Stadium on a C. Harper Auto Group High School Sports Night from Garrett County, Maryland. When we come back, the Northern Huskies will have the football and a few minutes to work with here remaining in the second quarter. Fayette County Recorder of Deeds, John Marietta, would like to wish all of our local high school football teams a great season. His office is located inside the Fayette County Courthouse on East Main Street in Uniontown. To contact Recorder of Deeds, John Marietta, please phone 724-430-1238. Have a great high school football season and fall season from Fayette County Recorder of Deeds, John Marietta. So the Huskies back at it here. The handoff goes inside. The Red Raiders pretty quick to respond to this one, and everybody is involved in this play. Big pile up after a gain of maybe 5 yards. Ball's going to be spotted here at the 44-yard line, or just shy of the 45, maybe the 44 and a half is the more appropriate distance. It'll bring up second down and a long 5 to go for the Huskies. Just under 3 minutes here remaining before halftime. And we do have a new quarterback in for the Huskies. This is number 12, Landon Yoder. Yoder under center. Will send a man in motion, and he hands off to that man. And on the move, this is going to be number 3, Devin McKenzie. And McKenzie runs into a gathering of Red Raiders who stop him from getting anything more than about a yard. Not much happening there. McKenzie not quite able to find the edge, and the Uniontown Red Raiders again able to produce a third down situation. But they are really hoping to get off the field this time. The Huskies have been pretty efficient on third downs, but really, Bill, we've seen the Huskies face more often than not third and short situations, not too many third and longs tonight.
No, this might be the first I remember since maybe the second drive of the game, maybe. I think they had one about 3rd and 8 or so.
I think you're right. It's been a little while here. Yoder again under center for the Huskies. 2 backs behind him. He hands off to the lead back. And this is going to be number 5,
short,
Hunter Livingood. And I do think he's short.
I'll have to see the spot. No. On second thought, no, he got enough.
And the poor Uniontown Red Raiders, boy, they have not got many favorable spots. The spots usually working against them, as you said, Bill, earlier in the broadcast, the bounces working against them.
Yeah. And just unfortunately, it's been one of those games where everything's not gone against you.
The Red Raiders looking here to produce a big play, maybe go into halftime with some energy. Yoder under center, and he's going to give off here to, we'll get the number on this ball carrier. I believe this is potentially somebody new, David Ranitu, pulling him down at the end of the play. This is going to be number 22. That is Robert Diedelhauser. Diedelhauser we last saw on the defensive side of the football. Now he's on the offensive side. He is listed as a fullback and linebacker. We've already seen his prowess as a linebacker tonight. And he's got a carry here for a gain of about 6 yards. Will bring up second down and 4, does Diedelhauser. And we've got the Huskies coming up. Yoder with Diedelhauser and number 5 in the backfield. That's Hunter Livingood. And the handoff is going to be kept by Yoder, who spins ahead, and I believe he's got enough for the first. The spot is going to be the 37-yard line of the Uniontown Red Raiders. And that's going to do it here for the first half. The Huskies will allow the clock to roll down to nothing, and they'll take their 51-0 advantage into halftime here at Half Mile High Stadium. We will be back here shortly for our halftime show. Our halftime show brought to you by Radcliffe Martin Law Firm. And our halftime and post-game stats tonight are going to be brought to you by the Peachin Pharmacy inside the downtown Connellsville Peachin Market. Here on the WMBS live stream, our live stream tonight courtesy of Stewart Collision Service LLC, Brewston Chiropractic Studio, Maruca's, and MB Home Remodeling.
Next up, ball is going to bang home about 48 yards. But after the half, 51-0 in favor of the...
Since 1976, Davis & Davis has represented people and not insurance companies. Our lawyers have experience in litigating or settling personal injury claims, medical malpractice cases, and wrongful death action, together with domestic real estate, workers' compensation, and municipal law experience. Throughout decades of work, Davis & Davis has successfully represented thousands of cases in local, state, and federal courts. For more information on how Davis & Davis can help you, dial 724-437-2799. Bad hair day, bad day at the office, bad day behind the wheel. Hey, stuff happens, even to the best of us. At least your car insurance rate doesn't have to take a hit. Get Erie Rate Lock from Erie Insurance that stays put until you change a car, driver, or your address, plus seriously good service. Now that's something to smile about. Your Erie agent in Uniontown and Ross Draper Township is Sprouse Insurance Group, 724-437-9812, or go to sprousesinsurance.com. Erie Rate Lock is not guaranteed. Continued insurance coverage is not available in all states. Score big savings when you shop at Reese Warehouse in Smithfield with great pricing on furniture and appliances from such manufacturers as Maytag, Whirlpool, and more. Furniture by FlexSteel and Ashley, to name a few. Comfortable Serta bedding and more, all at great pricing. Reese Warehouse, your community choice winner, as one of the best places to buy appliances. Shop Monday from 9 to 7, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, and Friday from 6 until 6, and Saturday 9 to 5. Reese Warehouse, the superstore in Smithville. Welcome back to Half Mile High Stadium here in Accident, Maryland. And we have a score of 51-0 in favor of the Northern Huskies. The Uniontown Red Raiders, unfortunately, not able to get much happening offensively in that first half. And the Huskies really capitalized on their opportunities to build up that 51-0 lead. Your halftime show is brought to you by Radcliffe Martin Law Firm. And we do have some halftime statistics, which are going to be brought to you by Peach and Pharmacy inside the downtown Connellsville Peach and Market. Before we get to that, I want to defer to Bill here for a moment and ask him a couple of questions about how he perceived that first half to unfold. I do believe he and I agreed about a few elements of that first half. And tonight we do have Bill Dice alongside myself, Joshua Scully, here on the WMBS live stream. Bill, right out of the gate, the Uniontown Red Raiders in a hole. The first play intercepted, returned for a touchdown by the Huskies, and the Red Raiders just never quite able to get much rhythm after that. At halftime and leading into the second half, what do you see the Red Raiders looking to do possibly to get some first downs, to get some points on this board, and to give themselves a reason to get excited about a big game next week, the next edition of the Coal Bucket, as Connellsville comes to town to take on the Red Raiders?
Yeah, Josh, this game reminds me back to my senior year of high school. I'll never forget this game. We were playing Cannon McMillan down in Washington, Cannonsburg. I think we fumbled the footballs getting off the bus, and things just started rolling downhill from there, and we were never able to pick up the steam. I think we saw the first play of the game. The Red Raiders went with a little razzle-dazzle, trying to get a big play right off the bat, and Dugan was hit, ball tipped up in the air, pick six, and it just seems like the ball's been bouncing the wrong way for the Red Raiders all night tonight. Hopefully second half we can get a little rushing attack going, get a few first downs, move the chains a little bit and get the offense a little bit of confidence tonight. The balls haven't been bouncing the right way. We've had a couple occasions where receivers have been open, but we haven't been able to get the ball to them when they were. And, it's just one of those games, Josh. When things start going bad, they just snowball. And that's how I feel tonight watching this game. It feels like from the opening play, things have just snowballed from there where, we can't seem to make a play anywhere on the field. Offensively, defensively, special teams, you've seen us jump off sides numerous times on a PAT attempts, and they've gone for two and gained an extra point on each possession there. So, really it's just one of those things I think, that things have gone bad and, they can't seem to get on the right track. But hopefully the second half they can get a few first downs and, gain a little bit of confidence going next week. The Coal Bucket, you said, it's always a big rivalry game, Fayette County rivalry with Collinsville, and we got to get something going in the second half to just gain a little bit of momentum for that game where, it's going to be a rough week of practice, and we still got 2 more weeks of football after this. So we got to keep on going, keep on plugging through, then we can get excited for basketball.
The Uniontown Red Raiders are home the next 2 weeks. They will host Connellsville, of course, next week. And then Southern Garrett will come to Uniontown in 2 weeks' time. Bill, what are your thoughts on this Northern Garrett team? They have come into this game losing 2 in a row, have a 2-3 mark on the season. Obviously, they've played some good competition. They have played Albert Gallatin, who defeated Uniontown earlier this season. 36-21. Garrett able to beat them by 10 points earlier this season here at Half Mile High Stadium. Garrett has certainly looked like they've got a good offense, especially on the ground. Northern with several running backs. We're going to talk about them in just a moment when we get to the statistics. Several running backs operating out of that backfield. They look very explosive, very quick.
Yeah, Josh, they've made some plays. They've gone play action a couple times and been able to hook up. But when you're pounding the ball, and then you run that play action, it was wide open the one time, then they missed it one time before that early in the game.
Yes.
So, it makes it very tough on the defense. They're tough. And, I think as I looked at coming into the game, I felt it was going to be difficult for the Red Raiders looking at the common opponent, Abergallatin. And, Northern did beat Abergallatin by 10. And, Abergallatin, we know what happened in that game. So that was a tough game for us. So, when you put 1 + 1 usually equals 2. In this occasion, it has. Hopefully in the second half we can put a little bit together offensively and get a little bit of momentum for next week against Collinsville.
And Bill, I'm glad you brought the math equation into things too, because a lot of action tonight has unfolded between the 1-yard line and the goal line, and unfortunately for the Red Raiders, it's almost never gone their way. The Huskies have been able to punch it in on some very close plays where it looked like the ball's coming down on the goal line or very near it. They're getting the call for the 2-point conversion to be successful or the touchdown. You had the punch out in the end zone on the opposite side of the field here in the second quarter, but the quarterback in that case, Liam Stewart, ruled to have broken the plane before he lost control of the football. None of this going to Uniontown Red Raiders game, and as a coach, that's difficult to explain to the players at halftime that sometimes the cards are not going to come up in your favor. There's no ace up your sleeve, and you just have to persevere. You have to battle through and give yourself a reason to keep your head up.
Yeah, Josh, personally, I've been on this end on many occasions as a coach, as a player, and it's just a tough situation to be in. Coach Jeffries is trying his hardest. The players are out there trying their hardest, and they say football is a game of inches, and it's proven that to be true tonight.
We have seen it tonight.
Even on the one fumble, I believe it was Walker fumbled. I felt the whistle should have been blown, but they let the play carry on, and he fumbled, and then they go in and score. That's just a game of football, I guess. It's a very, very narrow margin between a positive play and a negative play, and they've not gone our way tonight.
No, it has not gone for the Uniontown Red Raiders. The Red Raiders do have a whole second half to work with here, and we'd love to see Uniontown generate some offense and to create a reason for themselves to keep their head up here going into the Connellsville matchup next week, which we're very excited about. That game will be at Bill Power Stadium a week from this Friday. And then 2 weeks from tonight, we have the Southern Garrett Rams coming into town to face the Uniontown Red Raiders. Also, that one at Bill Power Stadium. Talking about our statistics for the first half, our halftime stats being brought to you by the Peach and Pharmacy in downtown Connellsville inside the Peach and Market. We're going to start first with the Northern Huskies. A really explosive night tonight from this offense. Not only has Liam Stewart looked very good on some keepers, Bill described it, I think, adequately as some tush pushes that got him in on a 2-point conversion. He's found his way into the end zone a couple of times tonight. Really looking good for this Huskies team, number 10, Luke Ross, who was just so slippery after he got to the second level. He was difficult at times for the Red Raiders secondary to track down. He had some very big plays for this team, and they've got a great duo of running backs who bring some muscle for this team. We've seen it tonight. Number 34, Evan Graham, and number 35, Caleb Heinbaugh. Both of them doing a lot of work between the tackles, even between the guards. Defensively, it's been Robert Diedelhauser who really started things for the Huskies here tonight. He had the big play to start this game that produced a defensive touchdown for the Huskies. Right out of the gate, we had played just 8 seconds, and the Huskies had for themselves a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. So for the Huskies head coach Phil Carr, everything has really been working in his team's favor, even from the very first play tonight. On the Uniontown side of this game, we have seen some strong play from Calvin Winfrey. Their quarterback, number one, he started the game at quarterback for them. You've heard him described even in the newspaper, the Herald Standard today, by Uniontown head coach Keith Jeffries as someone who has that point guard mentality, who can run the offense and extend the play. We have seen him do that. He has certainly hit his mark on some deep passes. The Red Raiders just not quite able to corral some of those. We've seen some good work on the ground tonight from Michael Thomas, number 22, and from David Ranatu, who have taken what the Huskies have given, but in both cases the Huskies have not given up very much. So working between the tackles for the Uniontown Red Raiders has not generated too many gaps, but a few holes, especially on that right side. We saw Michael Thomas exploit one earlier in this contest in the first quarter. Otherwise, not much happening for the Uniontown Red Raiders yet offensively, but we have a whole half to go here at Half Mile High Stadium. You're listening to a C. Harper Auto Group High School Sports Night on the WMBS live stream. Our halftime show brought to you by Radcliffe Martin Law Firm, and that statistical summary brought to you by Peach & Pharmacy in downtown Connellsville inside the Peach & Market. We're going to step aside here on the WMBS live stream for just about 5 or 6 minutes. When we come back, we will be preparing ourselves for the second half of action here on the WMBS Facebook live stream. Welcome back to another C. Harper Auto Group High School Sports Night here at Half Mile High Stadium in Accident, Maryland. Our halftime show earlier this evening brought to you by Radcliffe Martin Law Firm. And we want to take a moment now and thank some of our sponsors who have made this evening's broadcast possible. Visit the haunting world of the Hill Family Hostel House. Experience sinister sideshows and eerie exhibits in the Twisted Nightmare Freak Show. And journey into the heart of terror on the trail, all at the Haunted Hills Estate. Located at 236 Rolling Hills Estate Road in Uniontown, Haunted Hills offers $5 off Fridays with high school football ticket stubs and discounts on Sundays for students. Visit hauntedhillsestate.com for dates and hours of operation, attraction details, and more. 3 attractions, 1 location. Visit if you dare. Two Brothers Tree and Stump Service promises top quality guaranteed. Looking for a reliable, licensed, and insured contractor? You're in the right place. Two Brothers Tree and Stump Service is dedicated to providing top-notch services at affordable prices. They have many years of experience in a wide range of industries and always get the job done. Feel free to get in touch anytime, day or night. Call 724-415-9183 for Two Brothers Tree and Stump Service. Doctors Ruth Hard, Calabrese, Stokes, and Hoppy and their entire team at SWGI Specialists have recently joined U.S. Digestive Health, the leading gastroenterology practice in the northeastern United States. They want you to know that they will continue to provide the exceptional GI care and treatment in their local community that you enjoy and trust. For more information or for help with your digestive problems, call 724-437-7677 or visit usdigestivehealth.com. At Grace Veterinary Services, they know your pets are more than just pets. They're family. With the latest techniques and cutting-edge laser surgical technology, your pet will spend less time recovering and more time back on their feet, all 4 of them. Their goal is giving your pet the very best care. Grace Veterinary Services offers a wide variety of services that include wellness exams and preventative care, vaccinations, and surgical services such as spay, neuter, and dental. For an appointment, call 724-437-4191 or visit gvs.vet. The UPMC Rehabilitation Institute on Wayland Smith Drive offers cutting-edge physical therapy. Jim Burns and his staff are residents of the community treating sports injuries, neurological conditions, back pain, sprains and strains, joint replacements, hand injuries, and other conditions. They treat you efficiently and safely by taking all necessary precautions while disinfecting the clinic on a regular basis. All insurance accepted, experienced therapists, convenient location and hours, part of the community. Call the office with a prescription from your doctor or schedule by direct access, 724-437-7500 for the UPMC Rehabilitation Institute. Go see Jeff Varney at Wright Honda in Uniontown if you're looking for a new vehicle and don't want to go through all the hassle. Just see Jeff Varney, General Sales Manager at Wright Honda in Uniontown. He's committed to making sure you get the best deal. Call Jeff Varney today, 724-812-2749, WrightHondaCars.com. Savings as easy as 1, 2, 3 with an education savings account at First Federal Savings and Loan Association of Greene County. Your future dreams will start adding up, plus you can qualify for a scholarship upon high school graduation. Visit any First Federal branch to start saving today. For more information on account rules and scholarship eligibility, visit firstfederalofgreene.com. Best wishes to our local teams from First Federal Savings and Loan Association of Greene County, NMLS number 458729, member FDIC, equal housing lender. George Huck Rattay, a proud veteran and proud to support the coaches and players of the staff of Uniontown and Laurel Highlands High Schools, is a Democratic candidate for PA State Representative in the 51st District, asking everyone for their vote in the November general election. This message has been paid for the committee to elect George Huck Rattay. Misfit Pooch Mobile Spa is a fully mobile dog spa serving Fayette and Westmoreland counties, and they are ready to get your pooch looking great today. Why wait? Make the call to Misfit Pooch Mobile Spa today, 724-912-1127. That's 724-912-1127 for Misfit Pooch Mobile Spa, and get your dog looking great today. Welcome back to Half Mile High Stadium here in Accident, Maryland. And earlier in the broadcast, Bill and I had discussed a little bit about Garrett County. Garrett County, the newest county in Maryland. This part of the county is the only part of Maryland where the watershed drains to the Gulf of Mexico and not to the Chesapeake Bay, which I found to be pretty interesting. And Bill, you know, this community, this area in Garrett County actually has a long historical connection to Fayette County. Many of the earliest railroads to come into our part of Pennsylvania trace their course over the mountains and along the rivers that sort of provided a natural causeway, if you will, to follow through the mountains. The Youghiogheny and the Castleman, and the Western Maryland Railroad, the Baltimore and Ohio Railroads, both following through Garrett County into Fayette County over the years and helping to develop communities, especially Connellsville in Fayette County. One aspect of the railroad history here in Garrett County, of course, is that the county is named after a former Baltimore and Ohio Railroad executive. His name was John W. Garrett, and he has a long history not only as a railroad executive but also as someone who played a significant role in helping to develop this county even after it was created. There is a church that he was responsible for having constructed in Oakland. That's the county seat here in Garrett County, the Garrett Memorial Church, which was constructed soon after the American Civil War. And Bill, it's known, and I found this to be really interesting, as the Church of Presidents. Now, this is a stone church built out of locally quarried stone. The stone was quarried nearby in West Virginia. It's the Church of Presidents because, remarkably, this small church in Oakland, Maryland, has had 4 U.S. presidents attend worship services there in its history. Ulysses S. Grant, James Garfield, Benjamin Harrison, and Grover Cleveland, if you can believe it, right in Oakland, Maryland.
Those are some good nuggets there, Josh. I knew you'd have the history ones. Like I said, I've been waiting all day for them, so keep hitting me with them.
Yeah, we've got a couple more good ones, but I found that one to be really interesting. And those presidents, I'm assuming, given the fact that they all served relatively near to one another in the late 19th century, I'm assuming they were probably here either while traveling through the region on the railroad or perhaps even vacationing to this area. But needless to say, the Church of Presidents, you can still find it today in the county seat of Garrett County, Oakland, a beautiful community home to about 2,000 people, maybe just a little bit over that. The entire county is home to about 28,000. Here's the opening kickoff of the second half, and it's going to bounce to the Huskies, who scoop it up. This is Ross, and he finds a seam in the middle, and he's off to the races. And Luke Ross is going to pick up right where he left off. He takes the opening kickoff to the house, and I'm going to say that he scooped that up around the 15-yard line and then proceeds to take it off 85 yards to the end zone for a touchdown for the Huskies. And I suppose, Bill, if you're a Northern Huskies fan, you didn't want to see the foot taken off the gas just yet. This is a big night here at Northern High School, where they have just declared the homecoming queen at halftime, and they have a huge crowd, and they've got yet another reason to celebrate here out of the gate after halftime.
Yeah, they have to keep playing. You can't just stop playing football because of the scoreboard, and they just took that one to the house. I was about to say before the kickoff, when we didn't think things would get any worse, they get the ball to start the second half, then bam.
The Red Raiders, of course, will be looking forward now to their first possession of the second half. Out to hold is number 11, Liam Stewart. And here's the kick. It's a good-looking one from Wally Brands. And that one is through the uprights to extend the Northern Huskies lead to a 58-0 margin. When we come back here on a C. Harper Auto Group High School Sports Night, the Huskies will be kicking off to the Uniontown Red Raiders, who will enjoy their first possession of the second half. Are you looking for a fast, friendly notary service that is open in the evening? Sandy Howe Notary Services, LLC, located on Dry Knob Road in Smithfield, is here for your vehicle, boat, motorcycle, ATV registrations and transfers, plate renewals, and more. They offer new PA and Maryland plates and West Virginia title applications. They serve Uniontown, Smithfield, Fairchance, and all surrounding areas. Open weekdays 10 to 8:30, Saturdays 9 to 5. Sandy Howe Notary Services, Dry Knob Road, Smithfield, 724-564-8955. Big enough to serve you, small enough to know you by name.
Yeah, Josh, at this point, we just want to see everybody get out here healthy, no major injuries.
Yes. And hopefully we will be fortunate enough to see that. And, Bill, I think we may be
it got me again.
seeing another rule here, maybe unique to Maryland, with the time on the clock is already down to 5:32.
Yes, they started with 8 minutes, so I'm not sure about that rule.
This one's going to be kicked back and scooped up by the Red Raiders inside the 5. And looking for some space. There's going to be a flag here on the return, as the Red Raiders otherwise see the ball brought out to about the 16-yard line. There is a flag down. Are you looking for a dentist? Dr. Michael George and Dr. Ashley Parker of George Dental Associates, a Uniontown staple, has over 40 years of experience treating patients of all ages. Their caring professional team of dentists and their staff offer a full range of dental services, including restorative, preventative, pediatric, cosmetic, and so much more. Visit GeorgeDentalAssociates.com today. That's GeorgeDentalAssociates.com, and find out how they can enhance your smile through the art of dentistry.
Josh, I'm going to have to talk to Dr. George here, see if we can change the start of that. Because how'd I go? Are you looking for a dentist?
Yes.
Looking for a dentist? I thought you were asking me a question. I was about ready to respond. I was like, wait a minute. That's just a commercial there we're reading.
Oh, that's your tag. I mean, this one, the next one we're going to read. Summer fun can be rough on your lawn. Brown patches, stubborn weeds, feeling defeated. And you might be thinking to yourself, well, geez, my lawn is beautiful at home. But even if it's not, don't worry. Bartok Lawn Care is here to help, offering custom blended fertilization and weed control programs to revive your tired lawn. Also running incredible fall aeration and overseeding specials for new and existing customers. Locally owned and operated. Call Garrett 724-366-3303 or visit BartokLawnCare.com for more information. This penalty is against the Red Raiders. Ball will be brought back, but look out. Uniontown has something happening here. David Ranatu plowing his way ahead, and Ranatu is near the first down marker, and I think he is going to have it. So the Uniontown Red Raiders here in business. Good-looking run there. Unfortunately, the penalty did set them back to near their goal line, but they have just brought it back out, and the spot of the ball is going to be the 17. And here's another carry inside between the tackles. This one going to be Michael Thomas. And he gets out to about the 25-yard line. Another good gain for Uniontown. Of course, at this point now, the clock continuing to roll. 3:11 left in this quarter, and we're expecting a very quick second half here at Half Mile High Stadium. This is going to be a keeper coming our way, Calvin Winfrey. And Winfrey's going to battle one defender and be out of bounds near the first down marker. We'll see if he is awarded with such. Spot of the ball looks to be around the 31-yard line, and indeed that will move the chains here again for the Uniontown Red Raiders. And the spot of the ball officially is going to be the 32-yard line for the Uniontown Red Raiders. We'll see if Uniontown cannot keep a good thing going here. 1st and 10. And Winfrey with two backs is going to hand off inside and gaining about the 35-yard line. I believe this is Michael Thomas again on the carry. And indeed it is Michael Thomas on the carry. That's going to bring up second down. Gain of about 4 yards on the play. 2:07 remaining here in the third quarter. Snap to Winfrey, give inside to Ranatu. Ranatu, big stiff arm, not once, not twice, but 3 times. Ranatu has the edge, and he's got a first down at the 45-yard line. David Ranatu showing off his muscle there and just denying any of those Huskies the opportunity to wrap him up. And the ball now is brought to the 45-yard line. Uniontown, another first down, 3 consecutive first downs for the Uniontown Red Raiders. And they're doing some damage here on the ground in the third quarter, 1:37 to play in that quarter.
David showing off a little bit of that rugby speed right there. You
Yes.
know, David plays rugby in the offseason.
And he certainly looked the part there. Great movement by him, getting outside, keeping the legs moving. And this is going to be a keeper, and Winfrey has some real estate on the far side. All of Garrett County ahead of him, and he's on the move. Calvin Winfrey down the sideline, finally twisted out of bounds inside the 25, and that's going to be a flag, and I think a flag finally against the Northern Huskies.
That may be the first of the game.
I think it is the first of the game. Clock going to continue to roll here. Spot of the ball will be the 25. As the officials discern it, we will share with you about the T-Berry Law Office and attorney Vincent M. T-Berry, who specializes in criminal defense, wills and estates, plus family law and personal injury. The T-Berry Law Office is located at 84 East Main Street, across the street from the Fayette County Courthouse in Uniontown. When you need to consult an attorney, make your first call to attorney Vince M. T-Berry and the T-Berry Law Office. It'll be the only call you need to make. Call 724-430-0300. That's 724-430-0300, or visit their new website at tberrylawoffice.com. The T-Berry Law Office, small town, big results. And this call is going to go in favor of the Uniontown Red Raiders, who are now knocking on the door with 14 seconds left in the third quarter. Winfrey going to give here to Ranitou, and Ranitou powers through a couple of defenders. And he is to about the 10-yard line. That's going to do it for the third quarter here. So the Uniontown Red Raiders in business. A couple of big plays, and a really big play there from Calvin Winfrey, showing off his speed as he bounces outside and advances the ball well into Husky territory. We'll step aside here on a C. Harper Auto Group High School Sports Night. When we come back, it'll be the fourth quarter at Half Mile High Stadium. Is your heat on the fritz? Has your AC stopped working? Are your pipes backed up? For all your heating, air conditioning, electric, and plumbing emergencies, Chips Residential Services is here for you. Located in Uniontown and offering 24-hour emergency services, call 724-366-8046 and get the help you need today from Chips Residential Services. Marcon Building Supply has provided the tri-state area with ready-mix concrete and building supplies for decades. Family-owned and operated and built on a foundation of trust, integrity, and exceptional quality, Marcon is your local leader for ready-mix concrete, precast, lumber, tools, electrical, plumbing, lawn care, and general building supply needs. Visit the store in Markleysburg or call Marcon at 724-329-5542 today. Marcon Building Supply, your one-stop shop for all of your home building and construction needs. Magisterial District Judge Nathan Henning extends his best wishes to the Laurel Highlands Mustangs, the Uniontown Red Raiders, and all of our local teams for a great season. District Judge Nathan Henning recognizes that a successful season requires teamwork. It is the result of hard work of the players and coaches and the support of their families. Good luck to the Laurel Highlands Mustangs and the Uniontown Red Raiders from District Judge Nathan Henning. Welcome back to the beautiful Half Mile High Stadium here in Accident, Maryland. On the WMBS live stream, courtesy Mom Maruca's Pizza, HB Home Remodeling, Stewart Collision LLC, and Brewston Chiropractic Studio. Joshua Scully alongside Bill Dice. 8 minutes on the clock here for the fourth quarter of play. The Uniontown Red Raiders threatening here. Winfrey, little toss inside to Grooms. Grooms looking for the edge outside. The Huskies in good pursuit, and they will not surrender it here. They drive him out to near the sideline. He's going to be brought down inbounds. He did get inside the 10-yard line there. That'll bring up third down. Spot of the ball will appear to be the 7-yard line. Maybe they give him the 6. The Uniontown Red Raiders definitely going to want to pick up this score here after a very hard-fought drive. Move them down the field. And the Red Raiders with a man in motion. And the snap goes to Winfrey. A little quick move there to the outside, and Winfrey is going to toe tap the line and get well inside the 5. We'll see exactly where they determine him to have stepped out. He's really close to the first down marker. It looks like they're going to give him the 3, and he needed the 2, so it's going to be 4th and 1 with 6:53 here to play in the ball game.
This play here might decide if the Northern Garrett gets the shot out or not.
I agree. This very well could be it.
This could be the Red Raiders' last possession.
With the way the time is moving right now, it's incredible. That third quarter seemed to genuinely unfold in minutes. Of course, the clock not stopping. Here's the handoff to Ranitou, and Ranitou on top of some bodies. And we'll see where the mark is.
Turnover on downs.
And it's going to be a turnover on downs. Ranitou not quite able to get there, and it will be a first down for the Northern Huskies, who will begin here 1st and 10 in the closing minutes of this contest. Visit the haunting world of the Hill Family Hostel House. Experience sinister sideshows and eerie exhibits in the Twisted Nightmare Freak Show and journey into the heart of terror on the trail. All at Haunted Hills Estate, located at 236 Rolling Hills Estate Road in Uniontown. Haunted Hills offers $5 off Fridays with high school football ticket stubs and discounts on Sundays for students. Visit hauntedhillsestate.com and dates for hours of operation, attraction details, and more. 3 attractions, 1 location. Visit if you dare. First down and 10 for the Huskies. They're going to keep this one in the middle between the guards and try to grind out a couple yards. They may indeed be given a couple, but only just. The Red Raiders not budging there too much. That'll bring up second down. It looks like we have maybe a gain of 3 on that play. Clock continues to move. Just 5:10 remaining in the contest. The Uniontown Red Raiders making their first ever trip into Garrett County to face the Northern Huskies. This is the first ever meeting between these two programs. The Huskies facing second down now. And the snap is going to be given inside, and the Uniontown Red Raiders again having none of this one. Quick tackle made by number 76 for Uniontown. Good stop there by Jaden Darnell will bring up third down. So just maybe the Uniontown Red Raiders will generate a stop here and enjoy one more possession for themselves. Garrett County and Fayette County do have one geographic feature in common. That, of course, is the Youghiogheny River. They also are both pretty mountainous. In fact, not far from Fayette County, of course, the tallest point in Pennsylvania, Mount Davis in Somerset County. Here in Garrett County, Maryland, we have the tallest point in Maryland. That's Backbone Mountain, 3,360 feet. And from where we are in this press box, you can really appreciate how beautiful this county is. The Red Raiders all over that play, driving back the ball carrier for the Huskies, and that is going to bring up a fourth down, and a fourth down and long situation. So we may very well be seeing a punt from the Huskies here, and another opportunity for the Uniontown Red Raiders to try to put some points on the board here in this one and find some footing to build off of for their matchup next week against the Connellsville Falcons. It'll be another edition of the Coal Bucket, as those two teams will play for the Coal Bucket Trophy, and that one will unfold next week at Bill Power Stadium. The Huskies going to take their time here on fourth down. Would you like to have this pharmacy experience? You pull up, walk a short distance to the counter, wait a very short time for your prescription, ask questions, and still pay the same copay as you would at a large chain store. Experience this at Peachin Pharmacy inside Peachin Market in downtown Connellsville. They also offer the lowest costs available, free prescription delivery, and an app. To manage your prescriptions, visit Peachin Pharmacy or go online to peachinpharmacy.com. And we do see a play stoppage here. With 3 minutes and 20 seconds on the clock, it will be 4th and 5 for the Northern Huskies here on a C. Harper Auto Group High School Sports Night. Where can you go these days to have your gas pumped for you, oil checked, and windshield cleaned? Joby's Golf, that's where. Joby's Golf is conveniently located at the corner of Fayette and Beeson Boulevard. Joby's Golf is a fast, friendly, full-service gas station that has been serving the Uniontown area for over 49 years. Joby's Golf offers lockout services, a fenced-in storage lot, and a AAA 24-hour light truck towing service. Call 724-430-0681. We are not too far here at Half Mile High Stadium from Oakland, Maryland, just down the road through the community of Accident into Oakland. Oakland, many historic locations. Once home to a beautiful railroad hotel that had been a famous stop for tourists in a bygone era of railroad hotels. We had quite a few beautiful ones here in Western Maryland. Taking this one off the bounce, Notorious Groom's going to return this punt inside the 30, and so with 3:06 to play, the Uniontown Red Raiders will still have an opportunity to put some points on the board. We had mentioned one of the presidents to visit Oakland, Maryland, and to come through Garrett County and attend that Church of the Presidents Grover Cleveland. Grover Cleveland was the only president, at least to this date, who served a split term. He served 4 years, was defeated by Benjamin Harrison, came back and defeated Harrison in the previous election, served an additional 4 years. Both he and Harrison made the stop here in Garrett County, along with Ulysses S. Grant and James Garfield. Garfield, of course, unfortunately assassinated early in his presidential tenure. 2:20 here to play. Inside give to Ranitou, who's been the hot hand here in the second half of the Red Raiders, and he battles ahead, fighting through several Huskies, and one Husky who held on there for a little while appeared to be Robert Diedelhauser, but Ranitou just absolutely denying coming down to the ground, and he's going to bring it inside the 20, and the spot of the ball is even going to be near the 15. It looks like it's going to be officially the 14. The Red Raiders working here quickly. Winfrey, inside give. This is going to be Michael Thomas, who moves through the middle very quickly, and now he's down to about the 5. It looks like the spot may officially be the 6, even the 5.5-yard line. The Red Raiders moving again very quickly now. 1:40 to play, up to the line of scrimmage. Snap goes to Winfrey, inside give to Ranitou, and Ranitou powers his way into the end zone, and the Uniontown Red Raiders strike for a touchdown here. And they get themselves on the board. David Ranitou looking really crisp here in the second half and carrying the ball with some real force, as Bill described him earlier this evening. He is the thunder element of this running game, and we're going to have an official timeout taken here, as there appears to be a player down in the end zone, a Uniontown Red Raider down, and that's the one thing we did not want to see in this second half was any injuries. The score right now, 58-6 as it stands. 1:15 remaining in this contest. And certainly we're hopeful right now that there is no significant injury here on the field. This injury timeout being brought to you by UPMC Rehabilitation Institute, the leaders in physical therapy. Visit physical therapist Jim Burns on Wayland Smith Drive, or call 724-430-7500. UPMC Rehabilitation Institute services. Relief is closer than you think. Bill, one fact that I always found to be interesting, and this is not necessarily specific to Garrett County, but we had mentioned this church with this unusually high number of U.S. presidents who pass through and attend services, one being Grover Cleveland. Grover Cleveland's actual first name was Stephen. And my thought is, now granted he was a president in the 19th century, if you're Stephen Cleveland, that has a nice ring to it. And his middle name's Grover. He chooses to go with Grover. So we do have a president that bears that name. As a child growing up, you know, Grover was on Sesame Street.
Right.
We did have a president named Grover, and he chose that name over Stephen.
Yeah, Stephen Cleveland.
Yeah, it has a good ring to it, really, in my opinion.
Sounds like a WWE name.
It does sound a bit like that.
Stephen Cleveland off the top rope.
Indeed.
Oh, my gosh. Stephen Cleveland's bleeding.
The Lake Erie Monster. Inside give here, and the Huskies are going to be in on that to stop the two-point conversion attempt. The clock continues to move.
That's probably going to do it.
Now inside of a minute, and I do think, Bill, that probably will do it unless there is a real urgency here to see one more kickoff. That may bring this game to a conclusion. Drive summary brought to you by Bartok Lawn Care. Bartok Lawn Care, the championship-level lawn care service in the Uniontown area. They're the experts in lawn care. It's lawn care done right. And David Ranitou factored in very significantly in that drive. The Red Raiders following up on the Grooms punt return. They had great field position, and ultimately they're able to punch it in on the Ranitou run. And your final score here from Half Mile High Stadium is going to be 58-6 in favor of the Northern Huskies. The first ever matchup between these two programs, and to the best of the collective memory between Bill and I, here in the 21st century, the Uniontown Red Raiders now drop to a record of 2-1 when facing opponents outside of the Keystone State. They had previously faced a school from Ohio nearly 20 years ago, emerged victorious there, hosted Petersburg, West Virginia last year and defeated them at Bill Power Stadium. Here they come up short against the Northern Huskies, but still a 2-1 record. Again, that's to the collective memory of Bill and I facing out-of-state opponents. We're going to step aside for just a moment and then bring up to you the post-game show, our post-game show and our post-game stats brought to you by Peach and Pharmacy in downtown Connellsville inside the Peach and Market. We'll be right back here in just a moment with some follow-up on the post-game show and a word from our sponsors. Are you ready to indulge in the best pizza around? Are you looking for lunch or dinner with all of your favorite Italian classics coupled with mouth-watering daily specials? Then it's time to visit 2G Brothers Pizza located at 123 Matthew Drive in Uniontown. Specials and customer favorites include Thursday's Sicilian-style pizza and Saturday's chicken parmesan. Call 724-439-5600 today and let 2G Brothers handle the rest. Your taste buds will be glad that you did. That's 2G Brothers in Uniontown. Fayette County Recorder of Deeds John Marietta would like to wish all of our local high school football teams a great season. His office is located inside the Fayette County Courthouse on East Main Street in Uniontown. To contact Recorder of Deeds John Marietta, please phone 724-430-1238. Have a great high school football and fall season from the Fayette County Recorder of Deeds, John Marietta. Since 1976, Davis & Davis has represented people and not insurance companies. Our lawyers have experience in litigating or settling personal injury claims, medical malpractice cases, and wrongful death actions together with domestic real estate and workers' compensation and municipal law experience. Throughout the decades of work, Davis & Davis has successfully represented thousands of cases in local, state, and federal courts. For more information on how Davis & Davis can help you, phone 724-437-2799. That's 724-437-2799 for the Davis & Davis Law Firm. Bad hair day, bad day at the office, bad day behind the wheel. Hey, stuff happens even to the best of us. At least your car insurance rate doesn't have to take a hit. Get Erie Rate Lock from Erie Insurance that stays put until you change a car, driver, or your address. Plus, seriously good service. Now that's something to smile about. Your Erie agent in Uniontown and Ross River Township is the Sprouse Insurance Group, 724-437-9812, or go to Sprouseinsurance.com. Erie Rate Lock is not guaranteed. Continued insurance coverage is not available in all states. Savings as easy as 1, 2, 3 with an Education Club savings account at First Federal Savings and Loan Association of Greene County. Your future dreams will start adding up. Plus, you can qualify for a scholarship upon high school graduation. Visit any First Federal branch to start saving today. For more information on account rules and scholarship eligibility, visit firstfederalofgreene.com. Best wishes to our local teams from First Federal Savings and Loan Association of Greene County. NMLS number 458729, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Welcome back to Half Mile High Stadium as we return to a C. Harper Auto Group High School Sports Night. Joshua Scully alongside Bill Dice. We want to thank our live stream video sponsors one more time. Stewart Collision Service, LLC, Brewston Chiropractic Studio, Mom Maruca's Pizza, and HB Home Remodeling. This is the postgame show is brought to you by Peach and Pharmacy inside the downtown Connellsville Peach and Market. Bill, second half went by very quickly, so not a great deal happened. You had the big opening kickoff return for the Huskies, and the Red Raiders really put together two good drives. One comes up just short. The other one, David ran it to, able to push in. That does give the Red Raiders, in my mind, a little bit to build on heading into Connellsville next week. That will be in Uniontown, heading into a matchup against Connellsville next week at Bill Power Stadium. All told tonight, this was a difficult matchup for the Red Raiders, but some good there in the second half.
Yeah, the Red Raiders were able to put together a couple drives. They were able to get in the end zone, which is always nice to see. But they got to try to get practice this week, get right, and get ready for the cold bucket. I know back in the day when I was on the coaching staff, the cold bucket was a big thing. I remember when the 1 year it was a really big deal, and we got to try to bring it back to Uniontown.
And it's been several years since Uniontown had been able to host, or I should say hoist, the cold bucket trophy. But it has been a few years since we've had a chance to host. This is a game, this is a matchup that has not occurred in especially recent history, and it's not one that the Uniontown Red Raiders have won in several years. Of course, the cold bucket has gone through some pauses in its occurrence over the years. We're coming off of one of those right now, but now that Uniontown and Connellsville are both playing independent schedules, maybe that's something that will be revitalized here in the years to come.
And yeah, in Connellsville, they fell to Abergailton earlier this season, so hopefully, we can have 1 + 1 = 2 again, and we can at least have a competitive game. It's tough on the kids, when you're in these games that are, not close, and hopefully, they just get to practice this week and improve on what they can improve on, and be ready for next week and try to, like I said, try to get that coal bucket.
And, of course, next week is also senior night for the Red Raiders, so we can expect a big crowd, hopefully. And it does look like this. I know the extended forecast, hard to always trust. Today, sunny and 57 at kickoff. Beautiful setting, beautiful atmosphere here in Accident, Maryland. Hopefully we get similar weather. This is some real football weather here in Garrett County today, and I would love to see that. I'm sure you would too, Bill, at Bill Power Stadium next Friday for senior night.
Like you said, this is football weather. It's falls upon us, and it's time to play some more football. And just a side note, I just pulled up ESPN.com, and Cornell University lost tonight to Harvard. Of course, Cornell's the new home of former Red Raider Cadrian McLeese.
That's
so
right.
We wish him all the best of luck there, and hopefully they can get back on the winning track next week as well as the Red Raiders.
We'll step aside here for 1 minute on C. Harper Auto Group High School Sports Night with a word from our sponsors. When we come back, Bill and I will discuss our super plays of the game as brought to you by the First Federal Savings and Loan Association of Greene County. Are you looking for a fast, friendly notary service that is open in the evening? Sandy Howe Notary Services, LLC, located on Dry Knob Road in Smithfield, is here for your vehicle, boat, motorcycle, ATV registrations and transfers, plate renewals, and more. They offer new PA and Maryland plates and West Virginia title applications. They serve Uniontown, Smithfield, Fairchance, and all surrounding areas. Open weekdays 10 to 8:30, Saturdays 9 to 5. Sandy Howe Notary Services, Dry Knob Road in Smithfield, 724-564-8955. Big enough to serve you, small enough to know you by name. Are you looking for a dentist? Dr. Michael George and Dr. Ashley Parker of George Dental Associates, a Uniontown staple, has 40 years of experience treating patients of all ages. Their caring professional team of dentists and their staff offer a full range of dental services, including restorative, preventative, pediatric, cosmetic, and so much more. Visit GeorgeDentalAssociates.com today. That's GeorgeDentalAssociates.com, and find out how they can enhance your smile through the art of dentistry. The UPMC Rehabilitation Institute on Wayland Smith Drive offers cutting-edge physical therapy. Jim Burns and his staff are residents of the community, treating sports injuries, neurological conditions, back pain, sprains and strains, joint replacements, hand injuries, and other conditions. They treat you efficiently and safely by taking all necessary precautions while disinfecting the clinic on a regular basis. All insurance accepted, experienced therapists, convenient location and hours, part of the community. Call the office with a prescription from your doctor or schedule by direct access, 724-437-7500. That's the UPMC Rehabilitation Institute. In a world of big corporations, there is something special about family-owned businesses. For over 70 years, the Mike Kelly Automotive family has been serving the community with integrity, honesty, and putting the community first. Come experience the Mike Kelly difference today. When you buy from the Mike Kelly Automotive Group, you buy from family. And lastly, before we come back on our C. Harper Auto Group High School Sports Night and our postgame show, we have a message from Caring Mission Home Care. Do you or someone you know need home support? Let Caring Mission Home Care be your solution. They provide assistance with daily living activities. Caring Mission employs insured aides and now offers certified dementia practitioners for in-home Alzheimer's care. Caring Mission Home Care, 724-439-7656, or visit thecaringmission.com for more information. Welcome back to the Peach and Pharmacy postgame show here as part of our C. Harper Auto Group High School Sports Night on the WMBS live stream. Live stream brought to you by Mom Maruca's and MB Home Remodeling, as well as Stewart Collision Service LLC and Brewston Chiropractic Studio. Bill and I are now going to pick our super plays of the game. This week, the super play of the game is brought to you by First Federal Savings and Loan Association of Greene County. And we have for you a few selections. I'm going to share mine first, and Bill, hopefully I don't steal yours.
I hope not.
But I'm going to pick two, one for each team. I think the super play of the game, as brought to us by the First Federal Savings and Loan Association of Greene County for the Uniontown Red Raiders. I'm not going to pick the David Ranatu touchdown. I actually think the play that speaks the most to the Uniontown strengths, the long scramble in the second half we saw in the third quarter from Calvin Winfrey that set the Uniontown Red Raiders up on their first long drive. Now, that drive did not end in a touchdown, but the Red Raiders executed some genuine misdirection there, had some good blocking up front, and Calvin was able to show off the speed that he brings to the table. It's those kind of plays and that kind of athleticism, I think, that can lift the Uniontown Red Raiders up over top of the Connellsville Falcons, next week. I think that's the kind of plays the Red Raiders can really bring to the table and pop against any opponent. For the Northern Huskies, and Bill, I might be stealing this one from you, it's going to be that opening interception from Robert Diedelhauser. I'm sorry, I had a feeling we both probably wanted that one. Robert Diedelhauser with the interception, of course, on the very first play of the game, just 8 seconds in. He takes it in for the touchdown, puts the Huskies in front, and the Huskies would really never look back from that. Those are my two super plays of the game, as brought to you by First Federal Savings and Loan Association of Greene County.
Yes, you did steal my pick. The pick six to start the game. First play from scrimmage as a touchdown from the defensive end. You can't get much more of a splash play than that to start the game. And, you did mention, Calvin Winfrey's long scramble. That's what the Red Raiders are going to need. They're going to need some splash plays next week to beat the Falcons. And I would say that would probably be a bit of an upset if they can pull off the win next week. But, they're going to need some splash plays, offense, defense, special teams, somewhere just to get them on the scoreboard, in a big play fashion. So I think that's something very important to look to next week to see how they do.
And I think one play that could have easily been a super play of the week, as brought to us by First Federal Savings and Loan Association of Greene County, that early fumble that the Huskies managed to fall on. I think if the Red Raiders fall on that fumble, and if they pop a big play then, if they do something that can really make a statement, that gives them a chance to counter that early interception that was returned for the touchdown, and I think it changes the whole atmosphere and the whole dynamic of the game. That's not to say the Huskies still do not win. That's not to say the Huskies still don't have multiple rushing touchdowns or show off what they could do, but I think it would have been a different dynamic for Uniontown because the points from the Huskies came so quickly and piled on so quickly. It was tough for Uniontown to really get their footing in this one. Hopefully they'll have greater success next week against the Connellsville Falcons. We want to thank you again for checking out our broadcast tonight. On behalf of Bill Dice, this is Joshua Scully. We're going to sign off here and share one more word from a sponsor with you, but we wish you a very great evening, a great, beautiful weekend. It's going to be beautiful weather, Bill. 75 and sunny in Uniontown on Sunday. Maybe the last hurrah. We're going to leave you with a word from the T-Berry Law Office. The T-Berry Law Office and attorney Vincent M. T-Berry specializes in criminal defense, wills and estates, family law, and personal injury. The T-Berry Law Office is located at 84 East Main Street, across the street from the Fayette County Courthouse in Uniontown. When you need to consult an attorney, make your first call to attorney Vince M. T-Berry and the T-Berry Law Office. It'll be the only call you need to make. Call 724-430-0300. That's 724-430-0300. Or visit their new website at tberrylawoffice.com. The T-Berry Law Office, small town, big results. For Bill Dice, this is Joshua Scully. You'll hear us next time. Have a great night.